right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Hello, everybody out there. Hopefully you can hear me. I'll get to the computer in a second. I thought I would just come to you live from the banks of the Nile. So here we are, literally on the banks of the Nile River in Cairo, and very excited. Our big tour is going to start tomorrow. So for today, I get to focus on these falling markets.
Nice, man. That looks amazing, my friend. I hope you guys had a great time there as you guys get all together and ready to rock and roll. I think I see, is that Andrew in the pool down there? I think I see him taking a dive.
Yeah,
Can't
I
tell.
don't think so.
Awesome, man. Good to see. Good to see. Friends, what an amazing day yesterday. I mean, we had a little bit of everything, right? Mainly to the downside. Things continue to just collapse here, creating a lot of opportunities for us. A SPY did a great job of falling yesterday, and so did many tickers like Meta. I mean, you named them, Tesla. Short anything yesterday, and you would have done very well. It took me a bit to get something going. Finally, even ARM, right, got going and traded very well to the downside. So very interesting markets as we get ready for another day of what is happening today with the SPY. Right now at the moment, we're starting a little bit weaker, as you can see right on here. So already down some this morning, and maybe some more volatility to come as things continue to still be unsettled over in the Middle East. So that's creating a lot of great opportunities for us here back at home. All right, let's go see a quick look at our gappers list. Tons of stuff in the green right now, a little bit in the red. We saw what happened nearing 839. This thing just became massive, right? So I expect the same thing to happen today. If the SPY continues now into making a new low of the pre-market session, we're going to see another bunch of tickers make their way into this gap down list. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll come back to that in just a second. First, let's take a look at what's happening and what's scheduled for today. Not that we need much catalyst to get this market going, but let's take a look at our US economic calendar and what's happening for this beautiful Thursday. Oh, did I lose Peter? I lost Peter. Peter, I think he switched computers. I got him somewhere else now. All right, let me switch you over.
Here we go.
Okay, I got you now. Go.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. Yeah, we went inside here so we could focus on things. And what did you guys do? Man, I leave you alone for one day and you guys tank the markets. This is why we can't have nice things, people.
You jinxed it because you had said, yeah, you said before you left, like, I hope tomorrow's not a great day. You said that, because I won't be able to trade. Yeah, and it was a great day. It's usually what happens that way.
Well, that's all right. Well, maybe that is my fault, but I meant a great day, like going up. Oh, mine. Anyways, it's all broken now. Yeah, we do have actually a lot of economic data, but none of it is particularly impactful. We at 10 o'clock, we got a few things to let you know about in terms of the Michigan Consumer Report that's coming out, and that gives us a couple of numbers. At 8:30, we do have the retail inventories, but frankly, this is the type of stuff that the market doesn't pay attention to. Once again, as always, I've got this the Hughes Baker oil rig count always happens on a Friday, comes out. The oil is just such a focus that we could see the market move at one. We did last week. So we could see it move again this week. We'll see what happens. And that's really about it. The rest of the stuff is not all that meaningful for us as traders. What is more meaningful, frankly, is the news that's happening on the markets. Like you mentioned, not only is there unrest in the Middle East with the war that's happening in Iran, but I mean, frankly, it's also happening onshore in the US with lawsuits and new technology. There's a lot of stuff that seems to be changing, Carlos. In the last 72 hours, we're just getting a lot of interesting news that seems to be shaking the market a little bit, even more than the war, frankly. And because a lot of this downturn is frankly because of both tech news and legal. And I'm sure you guys talked about some of that yesterday, but we'll get into it again today because it's still having a big impact.
Yeah, it sure is. And we Meta was one of the ones we traded yesterday, and we saw how Meta reacted, guys. I mean, this is and we knew it. Like Meta, right out of the gates, they had a down day, and we knew there was more to it than just the overall war and the software situation they're dealing with, the lawsuits and that verdict. I mean, it's impactful because I think it's the first one ever to be held accountable for the way their algorithms work, right? So it's very interesting situation there. New territory for us to jump into, and we'll see how that's going to react. So Meta traded awesome yesterday. Yeah, Peter.
Yeah, and it's worth talking about that right off the top so that everybody understands. So just in case you weren't on that news, there was an individual case where a mother, on behalf of her daughter, sued Google and Meta, claiming that her daughter got addicted, right, to social media. And we all know, I think we all know, at least I feel it's common knowledge that they've created these applications to be addictive, and they purposely feed you information that they think you want, and to try and get you to watch more, right? That's why it's called doom
Right.
scrolling.
Right.
Like there's a need for the term. But the fact that the case was resolved in the plaintiff's favor for $3 million, which of course $3 million is nothing to Google or Meta. The big concern, of course, is that this is going to have set precedent, so that the tens of thousands of other cases out there can go to court, perhaps successfully, against the companies. There are so many waiting to be filed, and there's a number of others that are in proceedings that the 3 million could be the tip of the spear, right? Leading to billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars of settlement cases should this go further. So who knows what it's going to mean in the long run, but that's the concern. Obviously, Meta and Google are at the forefront of this, but they're not alone. I mean, AppLovin, which does a lot of this sort of ad generation and ad business. They're like a lot of other companies are also involved. APP, by the way, is ticker. Yeah.
Yep.
So we can see they're down this morning, and we're down significantly yesterday as well. So we got to keep these things in mind, that there's cascading effects, and that's just one area of concern. We'll talk about some others on the market, but it's that's certainly a big one that I think has got the market a little worried about how long can these tech stocks continue to do what they're doing and act, I guess, with impunity. In Europe, there's been a few court cases that have gone against them. Interestingly, they didn't have anywhere near the same type of market impact as this single case in California. So
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, we'll see how this ends up, man. It's gonna be messy. But we're also I'm putting my case together too, Peter. I am putting my case to sue for all the time that I spent on
you?
YouTube. Oh yeah, I'm gonna sue them, and I could have been a pilot or an executive at J.P. Morgan, but I spent so much time on YouTube that I'm suing you guys. So it's gonna happen.
Wait a second. Doesn't that feel a little hypocritical or
jumping on the
cannibalistic or
bandwagon?
something? Because here we are on YouTube.
Yeah. But the great thing about it
everybody.
is, yes, and the great thing about it is
Keep watching.
that the content creators are protected, right? So we're protected. Like they can't go after the content creators. There's a big thing on that in their legal thing. So we're good. But yeah, keep watching. Don't pull away from the channel. Hit that thumbs up on YouTube. And guess what?
Not this.
We might even give you
it's all the other ones.
Yeah, we might even give you a funded account if you stick around. I don't know. Let's keep you hooked. So it's working. It's working. But with the kids part, I just don't understand. That's a whole nother story. We spoke about a lot about it yesterday. I mean, parents, it's not just one side. I think it's several sides to the story, and parents got to be more involved. Your kid is under 18, maybe under 14, 15. You have to have a hold on what they're watching. I mean, that's my belief. Again, I could be completely wrong. You might have I'm not telling you how to parenting. You want to get a parent upset, tell them how to parent, and you are going to be in trouble. So it's just true. The way I see things, but to each his own. All right, friends, here it is. I mean, 6 years old. What are you doing on a phone at 6 years old? Is that what they said? Was that the number? I mean, my boy's 6. No, he's not getting addicted to anything, So I just don't understand. All right, let's see here, friends. Uncle ONCO on deck this morning. We'll start here, taking a look at a couple of these this morning, and then we'll look at what else is moving and affect, as you said, Peter, a lot of stuff outside of the Middle East affecting these markets, and we'll get into all of that as well. Here's Onco this morning. We are up 67%, 299 million shares traded, and we're getting a very, very nice big pop. I think it's the first time we are seeing this on our list. So there we go at the moment. Nice gap up. It is a low flow at 1.4 million shares traded, so very low float on this one. Again, I probably won't watch it. I think today, I'll be honest, I'm probably gonna do the same thing I did yesterday. I'm gonna look at these big tickers, these big accounts, Meta, MU, Tesla, AMD. They all traded so well that I expect them to hopefully do the same today. But let's go through this list and see what else we find, Peter. Encore is on deck. Anything good to see on this one?
Yeah, I'm a little confused about this one. Because it's a biotech company.
Yep.
Yeah, they are definitely a biotech, but the news seems to be related to a trial of Ericsson's 6G service. But how many Gs do we need? I don't know. Apparently, we need to go to 6G. The 6G robotics validation. But again, I feel like that's the wrong news article here that I've got on this because I don't. Yeah, I think they had a reverse split just effective the 25th. Yeah, 2 days ago they had a 1-for-5 reverse split. This could just be, Carlos, an offshoot of that reverse split because I think that news I was reading is interesting, but is not related to the stock.
Mm,
So I think there's nothing to see here. I don't know. I mean, 28 million shares traded. I mean that's a fair amount of volume. I'll give
yeah.
it that. Um, I'm yeah, I'm confused. I don't see anything else other than the reverse split that happened on Wednesday.
Yeah,
So
I see that. And John is saying reverse split to meet Nasdaq requirements. So yeah, probably could be it.
yeah,
I don't like that type of news. I don't like this ticker. I don't
no,
like the flow. So we'll leave it alone. We'll find some better stuff to look at. Look who's making his way back into the gappers list is Bat L, but it's gapping up. It's like gapping up to just kind of gas for air so it can go lower. You know, it's just kind of like you go up to the surface, get a bunch of air, just go dive back down. That's what this thing is doing. We saw it yesterday, same thing, gapped up, sold off. This is just not tradable for me, man. I'm leaving it alone. There's so many better tickers to look at. You saw that yesterday. It's just a massive amount of stuff that you could have traded. This was not on the list. So let's just skip it on there. You guys know the story already. At some point, this thing got, it was like the poster boy, as you mentioned, Peter, for oil in the gap up and the prices on oil. But since then, it's just kind of lost its ways. People found better things to trade that can reflect what's happening with the oil prices. Let's take a look at you, which, by the way, I mean, these companies are just taking advantage of the U.S. consumers here with their gas prices. It doesn't make any sense. You know, we're not affected as much as people think it is in the pipeline itself. But, you know, why not? Why not? Pull up the prices. You just can blame everything on what's happening over there when it has not that much to do with us. But it's just interesting how it does. In California, you are getting destroyed, man. Peter, I know you have something here. I'm not sure if this was you or John, but you have a Costco story here.
yeah, it was John that put it in. Hopefully you can still hear me because I was getting unstable connection at my end. So apologies if
All
you
right, sound good?
can't hear. Okay, it's all good. Uh, yeah, I mean, frankly, the interesting how Costco in this moment, right, when fuel prices are soaring, they've made a big investment to put in, these 40 pump warehouse stations. I don't know. Have you got, if anybody out there, I mean, surely a number of you have been to a Costco pump. They are just totally busy all the time, right? Big long
I
lines.
have not been to a Costco pump.
Oh
That's just
no.
not my
Oh
thing,
my.
man.
Well,
No, I'm not.
we were
I'm not.
talking about that. You haven't done
Do
the
you do
Costco
that?
membership.
Who does that?
No, I don't do that because I don't have the patience to wait. Yeah, you can save
Thank you.
3 or 4 cents
Wait 40
a
minutes
liter.
to save? No,
Yeah,
man. My time is more valuable.
yeah,
I'm sorry. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, but
yeah,
people do that. I see the
yeah.
lines. I just roll by it right by. I'm like, are you serious right now? You're gonna wait an hour out of your day for? I just don't understand. I
Yeah.
need to
And
I need comprehension on this.
you're probably burning as much gas as you save if you keep the car running, especially where I am if you're doing it in the winter. So I personally, it's just not. I don't care enough. I'll pay, just as long as I don't have to wait. So, but anyways, but oil prices are going back up, and they've been on a sort of a big bouncy, path here in the last little while. As people are speculating. So oil prices went super high on speculation, then they started to drop on speculation. Now I think the reality is setting in that supply is a little more limited. and that limited supply is going to lead to long-term increases in price, or longer-term increases in prices, as that supply, or if that supply gets replenished, right? If it doesn't, we could see even prices climb even higher. So, because all of the speculation was just that, again, because there was still all the oil that was moving through the refineries to refill the stores and all of it. Right now, we're getting to a point where the refineries are some of them are like, we got some problems. And I think a lot of us have learned a lot more about oil than you ever needed to, right? About the different categories of oil, right? The light sweet crude versus the heavy oil from other parts of the world, where you can't refine it the same way. So a lot of refineries, it's not like they can just get oil from a different part of the world or a different supplier and be effective. They literally cannot refine it and into gas and all the other products that they make out of it, because their facilities are not set up for that. So we're starting to see the impact, and it's interesting, Carlos, that the stock prices for the oil stocks that had shot up so much, like we just pointed out, a battalion or battalion. Why do I keep doing that, man? Anyways, why they drop, but the
Yep.
underlying price of the commodity is going up, because while it's more expensive for us to buy at the pumps and all our products are going to get more expensive, they have less to sell. So,
Yep.
it's creating a little bit of differentiation. So we'll see where this goes from a tradable perspective. It's just a shame. Like you said, Carlos, I just don't think battalion oil, as much as it keeps moving and it's on this list every morning, it's not. I don't. I know I did watch it last week, and I really did not like it. It was just, I watched it. I'm like, I don't understand what this thing is doing. You could just make a guess and put a bet in, but from a structured trade, doesn't set up for me.
Yeah, not a thing here. Let's take a look at the next one. Is going to be Unity Software. Unity Software is on here this morning, up 13%. You can see here 963,000 shares traded. So we got plenty of volume there. I mean, we'll see where it goes. It's been getting pretty much a downturn here. Not a whole lot of movement as far as price action overall on the daily. We have traded this before in the past, but look at the difference when we were trading, especially in this area. Look at the gap down, the moves, and that it was having to how it has been trading over the last couple of days. So very big difference. As far as today, I don't know. Maybe a secondary. Maybe the news could help us decide here what to do with this one, Peter.
Yeah, this was earnings after the close yesterday. It looks like they released some good earnings for their first quarter. It exceeded analyst expectations, and that's got them gapping up this morning. So that's good. I mean, they weren't super huge, but they were just above expectations. Their guidance was good, so the market's happy with Unity Software this morning.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't have anything better to watch, this would be a good one. I'll put in a secondary actually, because I like the volume. I do like how they're moving here. You guys are mentioning double bottom on the daily in a bigger time frame. Yeah, I see that too. So if we can get something going back up to 21 from 19, I'll take it. But secondary, because I think we're just gonna hit other tickers are gonna look a lot better with more volume. So secondary for now, since we have traded in the past and we've seen some good stuff out of that one. Let's take a look, friends. What else we have here? TradeTerminal.com. You can find this gappers list and more tools just like this one. Next is Anna, which continues to show up on this list. Let's see what they're up to today. Not much. It's kind of inching higher as they did yesterday. They did sell off. Today they're gapping up from that sell off from yesterday, up 7.4. I have not been watching this one closely. Let's take a look on how it has been trading. Here's yesterday's action. Here's the pop and then the drop. So not much to see there. And the day before, yeah, I think I'm going to skip on it, man. If you guys like it, great. You can put it on there. I don't think this will be one for me, Peter.
Yeah, it's just a good example of the global impact of this shortage out of the Middle East, because with the concern, don't forget, it's not only heavy crude oil, it's natural gas. Remember we were talking about some fertilizer products. I mean, there's all sorts of key industrial and chemical products that go through the Strait of Hormuz that are being restricted right now. And Aliana, I assume I'm saying that right, is just a good example of a net beneficiary, I suppose, of that, if you want to look at it that way. As most of they're a natural gas company, but they are primarily operate out of the Po Valley in Italy. So They're just seen as a potential. Again, they've got some new clients, and their commodity, which is not impacted directly, is going to benefit.
All right, we'll see how that plays out. Again, for us, from in Peter, not one we like here. We'll leave it alone. Let's take a look at ADMA, biologics. I've never seen it spelled like that or that word before, but something biological here on ADMA, and we are up this morning 7%, as you can see here. Typically, these stocks don't trade very well. This is a massive float, by the way, 233 million. Barely any volume. So again, this thing is just barely getting into our scanners here by getting to over 200,000, having a gap of 7%. I don't think it's going to trade well. On the daily, though, they have been getting hammered. You can see here volume clearly increasing over the last couple of days. This is the first time they make it on my gappers list. At least I have not recalled seeing it before. But Peter, we're seeing some downturn on this one, especially on the day. Look at that, from 15 just a few days ago. Cut that in half down to $8.
Yeah, this whole downturn was spurred by a hit piece, a report from a short seller by the name of Culper Research that had allegations, I guess, of some malfeasance on the behalf of the company. And as you would expect, the company has come back and said that they completely refute the unsubstantiated, misleading, and inaccurate allegations by Culper Research. So it's the usual sort of war of words. The short seller sells and then releases their report and says they've done bad things. The stock drops. They make a lot of money. The company says we didn't do that stuff, and it usually bounces back. So I don't know. It's a legal game here in the markets. It just feels shady every time it happens, and it happens all the time. So welcome
Yep.
to the markets, right? It's just how they work.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see what else gapping up this morning. AXTX making its way here as well. Today we're up 3.8, 700,000 shares traded on the daily. You can see we've been talking about this a couple of times. Has made its way to the list here. You can see on the daily the nice move they've been getting ever since like almost January. Even before that, I mean, look at this thing going from $5 just in October over to 70 almost here. So incredible run. As far
Yeah.
as intraday, I mean, yesterday I'm not going to give them enough credit because yesterday it was an amazing day. And no matter what you watch, it was south for a lot of things. But
Mm.
before that, Peter, I know you had mentioned this, or at least I'm not sure if you were watching it. It's been okay besides yesterday, right? I haven't seen anything really awesome on it.
No, I mean AXTI is AXT Semiconductor, and the semiconductor space, as we know, has just been hot. So all sorts of companies that you've never heard of before suddenly are playing very strong. Obviously we keep watching the big ones, right? The NVIDIAs, AMD, even SMCI, and Micron. All of those are probably better plays than AXTI, but there's a lot of these, out there. We've seen a couple: AAOI, AXTI. I have a whole list of them back home. I don't have them on this computer that we typically watch, so or could watch as secondary. Carlos, I'm going to stick with the basics.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Same here, leaving that one on itself there. And then VG Venture Capitalist, another one that's been, I guess, on this list almost every day. Somehow makes it to
Yeah.
the gap up list with a small volume of 350,000. They're up just 2.3. So they just kind of like stumble their way into our gappers list. There's really nothing to see here. So the daily, again, slowly grinding higher. Looks like yesterday they try to push higher, couldn't. Today they're trying to go again for that recent high of a 1760 looks like, but again, not trading well.
Yeah, to me, they're just like Battalion Oil. Venture Global here is in the news just because their oil and gas business suddenly has attention with all of the oil prices that we already talked about. But
Yep.
I'll keep pushing them to the side because, like you said, Carlos, not enough volume. They just don't move well enough for intraday momentum-based trading.
Agreed. Friends, take a look at this ARTL. This was not here when we looked at the gappers list just a few ago.
Hmm.
140% up this morning. All right, let's go take a look at it right now to see what is going on. So ARTL, excuse me, ARTL. If you look at it here, guys, look at the pump we're getting. 131%. It is hard to borrow. SSR float on it is 2.1 million, so very, very little. Be very, very careful. This was in play for us about a couple of days ago. You saw it gapped up pretty good here with some volume, did fall apart, but now it's trying to make another
Wow.
statement. So, what's the news, Peter? Did something else come out helping them move higher today?
Wow, yeah, somebody knows something. This is popping up on huge volume here, 10 million shares traded already and climbing. So this feels like the low float move of the morning here, Carlos. We often get them. I mean, this has got a float of under a million shares, so be very careful. That means it's already flipped its float like 11, 12 times. Uh, I don't really
Yeah.
see. I mean, they did have some news where they've got another drug potentially going to trial. It's not even in trials yet, uh, but it doesn't matter, right? It's all about the rumor, and the rumor is they got something else in the pipeline. So I think that's what's pushing it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks sort of attractive when things jump like this, especially on that type of volume, but these stocks give me heartache because this thing can, it can go up $2 or it could drop $2 on you, right? And if you're in with the wrong size, you can be very happy or very hurt. And when it hurts, trust me, it hurts really bad. So just
Yeah.
be very,
Yep.
very careful.
They're fun to watch, man. I love watching them. I'll put them on here, entertainment purposes only. But again, just be very, very careful on actually trading them. Right? Be very, very cautious.
Yeah.
All right. And don't get creative on the funded account with this thing. We see it all the time. People they want to hit a home run. They go into these things and then they end up blowing up. We had a couple of people early on, like 3 days in, they're blowing up. Like, what are you doing? Please, please, don't skip this stuff. Be very, very careful. Right, maybe we should do something. We should do something to prevent people from trading low float stocks. We don't want you to blow up. We don't want you to blow. I want you to make it last 90 days. So please just stay away from these things. All right, let's take a look, friends. Here, that covers our gap up for the most part. Everything else on here is looking pretty good. ARTL up 163%. Careful on that one, and then the other ones, they're looking great as far as gapping up. Unity Software is the one I'm going to keep on deck. Entertainment purposes, ARTL for the gap up. Now, gapping down, I like the names already, much, much better. And I'm sure there's going to be some more on here that are going to make their way into our list, especially depending how the SPY is doing. Let's take a quick look on how SPY is. Okay. Yeah, Peter?
Yeah, it's moving down. The whole
Yep.
market is moving down. But on the gap up, I thought I could segue just for a
Sure.
moment, Carlos, because you know what's gapping up? Love in the Virginias, apparently. Just as a
Yep.
random news article, there you go. Apparently, in the Virginias, these are the two states with Virginia in the name in the US. They did a survey, and Chick-fil-A in both states was the top place for a marriage proposal. Now, admittedly, this was a limited survey with only about 3,000 men. And they surveyed and said, what would be the top spot for a proposal? And Chick-fil-A apparently was top of the list in both states. I think Virginians, you can do better. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like,
there's probably not a lot of people getting married too. So, what's the number of marriages got to be down? Like in almost everywhere, people are just not getting married
uh,
anymore. That
no,
number has dropped.
I don't
No,
know.
people don't want to get married anymore. It's too much problems, too
Uh,
much,
uh,
too much compromise. The young crew has figured out this is not the best way to spend my life. Somehow that's what they believe. Marriage is just down, down,
uh,
down. So, yeah, yeah, we'll
I
see.
guess. Now, isn't Chick-fil-A is it that's the fast food chain? I have to admit, we don't think we might have Chick-fil-A's in Ottawa, one or two, but I haven't never been there. Are they the one that they close on Sundays for religious observances?
Yes,
Is that right?
yes, they do. Yes, they do
Okay.
close on
So
Sundays to
so
give
may
families a break.
so
Hmm.
so maybe that's there's a tie there. Maybe that's the reason. But apparently maybe I've got to try one of their chicken sandwiches and I'll be converted. I don't know.
Listen,
Anyway.
compared to other fast food restaurants, they're really good. A lot of my family they love it. I'm just like, it's not that, not that great. But I am on the wrong side of the
No?
fence because
Okay.
everybody around me loves it. Let's go Chick-fil-A. Oh, yeah. Like,
Okay.
I don't mind it, but it's not like,
Really? Okay. Well,
yeah. But I'm definitely on the wrong side of the fence because I'm the minority in this situation for sure. So there it
mm,
is. Love is in the
all right.
air over at Chick-fil-A, friends. So go if you want to get proposed.
Okay.
Hang
There you
out at
go.
Chick-fil-A
All
if you're
right.
looking
Let's get
for a
back to
partner
stock
in life.
news.
Yes, let's do it.
Because
All right, friends. Spot.
here we
Yeah.
share the news you need to know. Only what's important here.
That's what's important. Absolutely. All right, friends. So yeah, the overall market making a new low today on the daily. I'm very excited to see this and see how things are going to play out. I mean, this is movement, right? We went from a choppy situation to actually moving, and this is creating a lot of volatility for our stocks. We saw it yesterday, one of the greatest day as far as day trading was. So let's see if that continues. On the gap side down of things, not a whole lot here, but I'll tell you this: if we continue to make new lows or below 642 on the SPY, we're gonna see this thing get pretty packed very soon. So let's try to get through these, see what we can find here. EEIQ. First one on deck, down 20%, hard to borrow, float of under a million. I mean, it just has all the red flags for me. I'm not watching this. So I'm going to skip on it, Peter. Had a great day yesterday, 112 million shares traded. Second day plays and third day plays on these low float tickers are very tough. So yeah, I'm going to leave this one alone. Anything to share?
I I might be old school, but I some of the stuff I have to admit I don't understand. This is a company called Epic Quest Education, which just sounds like a game, doesn't it? Are they gamifying education? Epic Quest Education? Anyways, they run an educational service firm that's publicly traded, so they must be big enough. And they just entered into an agreement with Davis University to offer. It's just an MOU at this point, but they're going to offer the Masters of Science in Management program. Masters of Science in Management program. I would have a tough time showing up to a job interview and say, yes, yeah, I've got a master's. Oh yeah, really? What? Oh, I've got a master's of science management from Epic Quest. Yes, that sounds very prestigious.
Mm.
Am I old? I'm not sure. Anyways, I am old, but is that too fuddy duddy? Anyways, apparently it's not that's not doing well for them because they are gapping down despite that news.
Yeah,
I you know, I guess, get your education where you can.
yeah.
Education is
Um,
good. I'm struggle with Epic Quest as the place to go. But,
yeah. Not sure about that one either. Let's take a look at the next one here. CRCL, my friends. Also another one that just has been plummeting from the skies. You had a big down day earlier this week. Continues to go lower and lower. This also reminds me of some other ones like PLTR and also NBIS. You guys remember that one? That one also is falling apart as well. But CRCL, Circle of Internet, making a new low here. I do like the way this thing trades. I do like the way it trades. Down 3.6, 545,000 shares traded. Peter, are you going to watch this one today?
I don't know. Like you said, it's actually made some good moves over the course of this week, but it's not consistent, right? We
Yeah.
had some great moves back on Tuesday. I think was its real big day. It had a sort of a big drop. I wasn't trading yesterday, but just looking back, it doesn't look that great to me, considering where everything else was sort of moving with direction. You may not like the direction down, but down is a direction. Circle of Internet was a little tougher to trade. So I'm thinking that, with everything picking a direction again today, yeah, I'll go to some other stuff before I would pick this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on here. I might move it down to secondary because I know it's gonna happen. Once I start looking at it, Tesla, AMD, even Meta. Meta is very interesting to me. Actually, I'm gonna put it on here right now so I don't forget. I think Meta is just something we definitely need to watch today. So Meta will go on there and some other ones, especially on the software side. How about Google? Did they have the same drop like Meta did yesterday? Let's see. Google's not my favorite to look at, that's for sure. But yeah, they also fell down here quite a bit. So another one you could look at this morning, guys. Again, all these software companies are really not doing well. I am going to take Google on here. And what can happen is, I'm not saying today is going to be a short. We might see the opposite today. We might see that, hey, maybe this is a good time to buy long term, right? And that could be the case. So let's just play the price action. But we've definitely been loving the continuation we're getting on a lot of these tickers. And how about Microsoft, man? Microsoft, the worst quarter in like 10 years or something like that. Some crazy number. I got to look it up. I saw the headline on Bloomberg. I'm like, wow. And it is. It's that bad. If you look at this
Well,
daily, Microsoft is getting destroyed here.
yeah.
And wow, it's not good.
Well,
Not good.
and they're getting pressure from all sides, right? Microsoft is probably the biggest company in the crosshairs of a lot of this tech stuff that we're seeing coming out, which, Carlos, is probably a good segue, right? Leads us to some of the conversations that we want to have this morning because there is so much tech news happening in this sector. So let's start with Microsoft. Obviously, they're seeing pressure from their enterprise level business, as we've got. We talked about this the other day with France being one of the largest, clients to sort of defect and try and get all off Microsoft products. And if they do it successfully, again, there's a concern that could lead to other clients. They make a lot of their money off of the renewal of their corporate licenses, renewal of all of their annual licenses. And if you no longer need those licenses or the software, that's problematic. And the software space is getting chewed up. Not only do we have AI building a better software, and with the anticipation that it's going to, um, I revolutionize. I struggle. I'm hesitant to use that word because we use it too often and things don't revolutionize, right? But it could change the industry one way or the other. But let alone some of the other business. John had thrown some details in here. He's a big fan of Silicon Valley, the show, and
Yep.
he's seeing. I love how he's seeing now all these parallels in what's happening in real life with what they predicted on the show. If we go, maybe go to that Silicon Valley slide. If you got that first, we'll come back to Turbo Quant because
I don't
that's
have the
another
Silicon
thing.
Valley one. Did he update
Oh no,
something?
okay. Oh, you might have got it
I don't
before.
have
Well,
that
we
one.
could talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it on TurboQuant. But bottom line, the Silicon Valley show. Part of the premise was that the company in the show had created this algorithm that was so advanced that it was, basically, causing it could cause problems, right? And it was causing them some problems where they sometimes didn't know how it worked, and other times it was, cannibalizing other businesses, which is partly what led to the huge valuation of the company that these guys were working for. But in the news, well, I think it was last night, Anthropic, which you may remember, Anthropic is the company that produces Claude, however you want to say it, the
Yep.
AI bot that Anthropic got into some trouble with the U.S. government recently as they refused. They just asked for some guardrails, as they called them, to be put on as to how it would be used. Right, no mass monitoring of the American public, and no absolutely autonomous deployment of weapons without human intervention. And the government would not agree to those terms and said that they were going to move to other tools. But Anthropic continues to develop Claude, and Claude apparently has figured out how to bypass pretty much all cybersecurity out there. Basically, figured, is advanced enough that it says cybersecurity. What cybersecurity? I can get anywhere I want to anytime. I'm glibly paraphrasing the statement on their AI model, but that's the concern, right? That basically they could sort of just bypass any security they wanted without much effort. So it's fascinating that So the risk is that could once again not only cannibalize cybersecurity business but completely change the industry if all you need is an AI tool to just go around it, right? Because a lot of the protection, especially on corporate side, that they rely on, of course, is with all of these cyber security tools. So what's that going to do? Well, in the short term, it's going to cause stocks like Microsoft, Google, Meta, a lot of these to go down. Now, on the other side, Google, for example, had some good news on their side, which could be bad news for the semiconductor sector and some of the memory chip companies like SanDisk that you notice was down quite significantly. And this is the TurboQuant that you saw there on the screen. TurboQuant is a product from, maybe I should say it's a lab development from Google, where basically this TurboQuant is using quantum computing. They claim that they are just about to the point where they can significantly reduce memory concerns that often consumed a lot of the memory needed on cards using quantum processing at a fraction of the cost. So, SanDisk, of course, has gone up. I mean, Carlos, what, like 20, 30 fold in the last year or so?
Easily.
Or yeah, just on the basis that, of course, so many of their chips are in demand because they get embedded onto these GPUs and they're being used embedded in a lot of the other products out there. So if you no longer need all that memory, well, then SanDisk's business starts to get eroded. Now, as far as I can tell from the news reporting, this TurboQuant is not ready for prime time release. Like you're not about to like start buying TurboQuant in your PC that you're going to be putting on your desk. But
All
it
right,
doesn't
Best
matter,
Buy.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's hit the shelves of Best Buy yet. So thank God the computer I just bought is not yet outdated, which often happens, right? You go and
Just
buy something and then
give it 2 months, Peter. 2 months, you'll
yeah,
be like, wow, this is
yeah,
already old.
it'll be old. But
Yep.
anyways, it doesn't matter. This market moves on the threat, right? On the news. So, buy the news or buy the rumor, sell the news, right? Is what they say. So this is the rumor that this is going to displace the market, which means that, it's also spurring a lot of the companies we know and love, like AMD and NVDA, and a lot of the other semiconductors a little bit lower here this morning. So I think it's worth watching the sector just because all this news swirling around has just got the market very, very skittish, very scared, and we see some money hitting the sidelines that was in play. So I think we're going to see a week that ends on the downward side. I hope I'm wrong, right? I hope this market turns around and we end up higher, which could happen, right? I mean, maybe people are going to see this as a buying opportunity, and we're going to end the day with the SPY higher. But to have a pre-market move of 0.5%, that's fairly significant. So yeah, it's looking a little weak out there.
Wait, it's Friday? Holy snap, it's Friday.
It is
I've
Friday.
I've been telling everybody happy Thursday. I thought it was Thursday. It
Yeah.
is
Oh
Friday.
no, it is
Oh
Friday.
man. Ah.
Welcome to Friday,
Why?
Carlos.
Why is everybody telling me that it's Friday? I'm like, oh, you know what? These guys are messing with me. Like Ben and these guys are messing with me. They're saying Happy Friday. I'm like, what? They're making fun of me because I usually forget the date. Oh wow, I thought it was okay. Happy
Wow.
Friday, guys. Happy
Well, you had
Friday.
me. You had me guessing for a
Damn.
second because I know it's Friday where I am. I thought, wait, is it Friday? No, it is Friday where you are. I'm only like 6 hours off. It's not like a whole day. So,
Oh man, this show's about to get much better now. All right, let's go. Happy Friday, friends. We're about to have some fun. All right,
I
let's
love it, Carlos.
oh man, that is awesome.
Just
Oh,
realized
beautiful.
what day of the week it is.
Oh, good,
Awesome.
good, good,
Okay.
good. All right, we were talking about Circle of Internet and all these SanDisk and MU and all these tickers. I mean, I think they're heavily in play. This news is going to
Yeah.
put so much pressure on them, and we'll see if they find where to bounce back from. Look at this gappers list. I also see a couple of tickers bunched up here together. Coin, Hood, MSTR. Who else?
Yeah.
Mara. They're all down this morning, not feeling too well. Let's take a look at Coin and see how that's doing. And as I mentioned, this list is going to get bigger, right? If the SPY continues to come lower, things are going to make their way in here, like a CCL, down 2.3, 300,000. Probably not great traders with that little bit of volume and just barely making it on the list, but it's just going to make this list that much bigger. But let's look at Coin, because I do like the way Coin trades, and I do like the way Hood also trade at times. So right now, Coin down 3.3. Not much volume though, only 260,000. So I'm not sure if it's worth to put on the list yet. If I take a quick look at Hood. Hood, same thing, 657,000 shares trade, so a little bit more, but also down 3.1. But man, their daily is very nice. You're losing some levels of support on the daily around that 70 area, if you could see that there. So yeah, this could
So
actually be interesting.
So coin, now, one of the things that people don't normally want to mess with is your house, right? Because your house is like your place to live. It's the key
Yeah.
thing. But the Coinbase with the partner Better Home and Finance have launched a token-backed mortgage that allows borrowers to pledge Bitcoin as down payment collateral on a house. So they claim it's a first of its kind offering. Um, I think that's good. I mean, it's interesting. Coinbase is dropping this morning, so I guess it's not doing them that good. They're down 3.3%. But I like it. I wonder how they do that. like with the volatility of crypto, which has settled down in the last little while, I'll give you that. Still, allowing them to somehow pledge their crypto tokens, they're against their down payment of a house. Um, Feels like you could have some balloon payments in actual cash, right? Should things go south on you. So, anyways, interesting offering. I think it's, can maybe get more people into the housing market. That would be good. The downside would be how long can they stay in the market should what they've pledged for the down payment lose any value, or what happens when it increases in value? Can you get your house paid off and then just cash out, real quick? I'm not sure. I'm not clear how it works, but it's interesting.
So is this a
Something new.
done deal, or they're looking into it? How?
No, they've launched the product.
Oh,
Qualified borrowers can apparently use Bitcoin through Coinbase to pay to get a down payment on a house to qualify for a mortgage.
that's good.
So,
And they're trying to attract the Gen Zs and the new crowd to jump into buying homes because they got to figure out the banks
yeah.
are in trouble, man. They got to figure out how they get the young generation to buy houses. They got to figure that out. They're just not into it. So the banks got to figure that out. See how that works out, but it's just not their
Well,
thing.
I'm not sure they're not into it, or generally it is,
They can't
houses are
afford. No, they
so
can't afford it.
unaffordable these
They can't
days.
afford it. Yeah, they just cannot afford a house.
They can, eh? You just
They
you
can. No, they can't. They cannot. You know.
No,
So
okay, they cannot. There you go. Now we're on the
yeah,
same page. Yeah, it's
yeah,
tough. I mean, again, I look at the relative price of a house compared to salary, and I am so glad that I am the age I am. But maybe this is what happens all the time, and then we get to a new reality. But I mean, I'm telling you, like the cost of houses. I'm looking at my kids and their ability to buy a house, and I'm really concerned because it just
yeah,
seems so unaffordable. And people I know, or friends of my kids who are buying houses with their partners, and they're getting into $1 million mortgages. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like you're making 80 grand a year and you're getting into $1 million mortgage. That math doesn't math for me.
yeah.
Must
The
be
the
the new
math.
math.
Oh, did you say the math ain't mathing? That's
The math ain't mathing.
the math
Yeah.
ain't mathing. Man, that's low key
Yeah.
hard, man. I like that. Love that. Love that. All
There you
right,
go.
friends. There it is. I like both of these. Hood a little bit better because they got more volume. So I'm going to be adding Hood to the list here. I just don't know if it's a main one or secondary, but you know what? Maybe both of them on the secondary for now because this is some good news. I would love to see how these play out later in the market here. So, friends, happy Friday! Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube on this beautiful Friday day. We have 117 likes so far. We'd love to be closer to 300, 400 is usually our goal. So if you can help us get there, we really appreciate it. All right, as I mentioned, as we knew this was going to happen, look at the gappers list, just getting bigger and bigger as more things are making their way in here. PLTR is now also on deck. So we're gonna stop here. This is going to continue to grow. I want to look at some of my favorite ones that are probably going to be heavy in play today. We looked at Meta already, Peter, so I'm going to put that on there.
Yeah.
Nvidia's been just, I know it sold off well yesterday, but it's been a disappointment. Out of all these tickers, it's probably the worst trading one. Yesterday, I'm not going to give it any credit because everything sold off yesterday. But outside of yesterday, it has not been an
Mhm.
easy stock to trade. Like MU has been much better than AMD at times. So we'll see. That could change
Heaven
today.
forbid.
You know, I
Yeah.
know you would never thought I would say those words, but but it's true. But let's see. Today might be the day, given all the software tech stuff that's going on. So I will add them on the list alongside Google and Meta, which I think are going to be some good ones to look at. All right,
Well,
Peter, what do you like
here's
as far
one.
as the
Here,
gap down? Yeah.
yeah, here's one you might want to watch. Carnival Cruise Lines, CCL. They have this bad habit. Unfortunately, they've got earnings that are coming out this morning, but they release them right before the open. Their earnings are supposed to come out at 9:15. I've never liked that. I like to have some time to sit and process and assess. They've been a little more in play than I would have anticipated. We've talked about this with the airlines and the cruise lines. Obviously, they're deeply impacted by oil prices, but they've also had some good news with the airlines increasing their revenue forecasts, even if they think their costs are going up. So um, we'll have to see whether Carnival Cruise Lines becomes in play today. It is a NYSE stock. That means you got to wait for that volume. It's a little trickier and to trade, but they have earnings and they're coming out in about 23 minutes here. So we'll see what happens when that hits. But I might want to put it out there in a secondary if you like the sector. Again, the transportation sector a little tougher, a little slower moving generally, but again, they may be in play. That's really it from the earnings. That's the only thing I had. We've talked about the rest. I mean, maybe the one that we haven't talked about is Tesla. Tesla's also been in play. I noticed all week here. I mean, it's
Yeah.
almost always playing around, but yesterday, like almost everything else, it had a big down day. I just, if you look at Tesla on the daily, it's at a risk position here. We were here this time last week. If you look at last Friday, right, this is exactly the type of position we were in last Friday,
Yep.
and we're back down here again. So watch those lows that we set a week ago today. And if we go below the close on Friday, then you got to watch the low of day from that Friday, which was what was the low of day a week ago? It was 367, 368, let's call it. So we're not that far from it right now, right? So I think Tesla's worth watching. If we break below 368, it could be an ugly day. So let's keep an eye on it.
Absolutely, friends. I'm gonna add
Yeah.
Tesla on the list. I do like that daily, as you mentioned there, so I will put them right on here as well. All right. Anything else, Peter, before we go over to the team and see what they got going on?
No, I think we covered all the key ones. There's a lot moving, so pick your
Yep.
favorites.
What about Netflix, Joe? I'm glad you brought that up. We actually got something here on Netflix. Here's Netflix right now.
Mm,
They
that's
haven't
true. We should
moved
have mentioned
much,
that.
man. Yeah, they haven't moved much. I mean, I know they gapped up here. I know they got some news here with some of their prices, Peter, making some changes, and nothing goes down. Everything usually goes up.
Yeah, effective yesterday, looks like they've increased their prices on everything. So they increased their prices on their ad-supported service, on their standard service, and their premium. So as a premium subscriber, that does not make me happy because I'm already paying too much for it. But all of their prices have gone up. So usually the market likes that because I mean, most people you complain about it, but you don't cancel. And they've they've
Yeah.
they've almost perfected how much pain people can bear. So they'll turn the screws another notch, and you'll grumble and complain, but probably keep your subscription. So yeah. So notice that Netflix, of everything today, it's one of the pretty much the only thing that's gapping higher, all because they've raised their prices. So you know what? Maybe you can make some money back. If you've got a Netflix subscription, maybe today's the day you want to trade it, see if you can make some money to pay for that subscription.
I agree, and it's not so much what's annoying now. It's not so much the price going up. It's how many things you have to get what you want to watch as far as entertainment, right? You gotta have Netflix. I gotta have Disney. The kids
Mm.
love it. I gotta have Apple TV. There's some good shows on Apple TV, by the way. I'm very surprised. I thought they were gonna bomb when they came out with that, but they got some really good shows that I actually
Yeah.
love. Neighbors. I can't wait for
They,
that to come out. That is
yeah,
hilarious. Shrinking. Me and my wife have
they,
a laugh
they
on
took
that
a
thing.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. My wife and I love shrinking as well. It's taken them a while to get their content going. They had a couple of false starts with some shows they thought were going to be really big that didn't really take off. I think now you're right. They've got some stuff out there that's pretty good. I just watched Pluribus. I think that was on Apple as well. Weird show, but interesting. Yeah, they got a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's just annoying to have all these different 5, 6 subscriptions, to get your entire entertainment package, opposed to having one place you go to and just adding everything, right? Like we used to be with Time Warner Cable back in New York, right? We had Time Warner Cable, we had one box, and everything was just there.
Mm.
We got to go back to as technology grows, we're getting more complicated. We got to go back to simple stuff, man. Keep it simple, and it's just we're losing that with everybody trying to get a piece of your check, Peter. Everybody's trying to get a piece of it. It's just out of control. But
Everybody wants peace. You bet.
that's it. Everybody wants to take a slice. So there's Netflix. As far as trading it though today, I'm not sure, guys, if I'm gonna be watching it. I think the way things are going right now, I think tech is where you need to have a lot of attention on. Not all of it, but I think MU, Tesla, AMD. A lot of these software companies, a Circle of Internet, I'm going to be watching. ARM yesterday did fall apart as well. I'm not sure if it's going to continue today, but I do like the daily on ARM also. I'm actually going to put it on a secondary here. My trade on that eventually did work out, did give us a hard time, but eventually it did fold here. And we'll see. There's just so many things to look at, but I'm going to really be focusing on these tech software type companies. I think it's their day today to see how, if this madness is going to continue. And then, of course, all eyes on the SPY, right? If the SPY continues to make a new low, like it's about to right here, looks like, we could see more things slide into that gap downside of things and give us some good continuation. So someone mentioned silver earlier. Silver also just down slightly. Yesterday they did move around a little bit, but again, I prefer to trade other things other than silver. And then gold, AG, what they're up to, not much happening here. So yeah. So if you like them, you can watch them. I'm gonna keep them off the list for now. NBIS also fell apart yesterday. We started watching this when it gapped up over here, and I am on a short swing on this one, so that's working out very, very nice. So we'll see. So another you can look at as well, but that's what we're gonna be focusing on. Anything else, friends? We do have plenty of time. What do you guys like this morning on your end that we should look at? Amanda, welcome to Lambus and Garbage Truck family. Really appreciate you joining. So welcome there. Anybody else? Ted Lasso? Yes,
Welcome.
of course. Ted Lasso is a good one as well. Yes.
That is actually
yes,
a
yes.
great show. Yes. A little older now. Aren't they coming
Yep.
out with a new season? They're supposed to. That's what I heard.
They're supposed to
They're in
without
production.
Ted. So I don't know how good it's gonna be. You gotta be careful when you take out the
Oh,
character that makes the show. But let's see if they can pull it off.
yeah.
Um, I do
All
like the
right.
lady. I think she's a great actor too. She's very funny. Whatever her name, I forget her name now. The tall woman on the show, the manager, or the
Oh
owner of the
yeah.
team. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
great too. So we'll see. Um,
Yeah.
CRCL. I do have CRCL on my. Oops, I forgot to add it on the secondary list. Yes, I forgot to. I moved it down from the primary, but I am adding CRCL on the secondary list. I think these guys are in trouble. Circle of Internet. I think they're in trouble
You
for
think
some
they're in
more
trouble?
downturn. For the short period of time, with all this news being what kind of like the new kid on the block, getting all the attention, I think they're the first ones to get the hit. so, um,
Okay.
so we'll see if we could
Possible.
get another drop here. So again, you came up fast. The faster you go up, the faster you come down. In the short period of time, they've been the one that just last month they had a great move, and you're seeing the hit here
Oh,
on them as well. So we'll see. We'll see. AMD. Yes, you could watch AMD. I do have Google Meta on here. I mean, and NVIDIA as well. I thought I had MU, but MU is another one you could look at also. AMD's definitely been trading much better than even NVIDIA. So I got way too many guys. I can't watch all this stuff. But I will rather actually watch AMD or MU over Google. I do agree there. So I am gonna put Google to the bottom here, because I think they're probably the least of my favorite on this list. So Meta, AMD,
hmm.
Nvidia, and Tesla for me right now. So good morning, happy Friday, PLTR. Let's take a look at that one. PLTR losing some ground here, friends. Look at this daily. So right now we're losing some areas of support there on 150.90. You can see that drop down to 144.19. I just can't watch anymore. But this will be the last one I add, I promise. PLTR. That's it. I'm not gonna add anymore. Just because it looks so good here. I'm not. I can't add anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is perfect for the
That
primary
feels
list.
like the trader that says this. Just one more trade, and then I'm done. That's
Or Brian. I'm gonna wait 5 minutes.
yeah,
Minute number
yeah,
one. I
exactly,
mean, I'm sure
exactly. I
Microsoft.
gotta wait. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Microsoft. Like, okay, Brian.
Mhm.
So, all right, friends. What else? I think we're set, guys. Right? Let's go over some of the stuff that's happening in our community. We got some slides for you here on our boot camp that's starting very, very soon. So, we'll give you a couple of details on that. And then Peter's also going to walk you through what's happening in our community.
As we always do on Fridays, we sort of take a little bit of a break. So, and it is Friday, even if Carlos wasn't aware of that. So think of how excited you can be when you just realize that it's a Friday and you didn't know that earlier. Unless you're an avid trader, and then sometimes Friday's just disappointing because that means you have one less opportunity to trade. So, but on Friday we focus on our Peak Capital Bootcamp members And we've got the basically the course that allows them to get ready for the next boot camp. And the next one is coming up in the beginning of May. We only run it 3 times a year. It's a 3-month intensive program, and it really gives you the skills you need to trade for the long term. And that's really what we want to do, right? We want to help everybody sort of develop the skills they need to be able to trade for a living and trade over the long term. And to do that, you need good habits. And the best way to build those are by having a community around you, and having individuals who have been through the experience to help maybe accelerate your journey. Mike's going to focus on that with and tell you sort of how do you get started, what tools should you put in place, how do you get yourself prepped for the boot camp that starts in May. So this is by invitation only, but it's at noon for all of our future boot camp members. Hopefully they will join there today and sort of continue to prep for the May session. If you want to be part of it, well, as Carlos was showing you, the course is very structured, and go to peakcapitaltrading.com and you can sort of get the sort of the elements that you need. You can find out the sort of what it costs and how you can get into it. But our focus is really to help you develop a trading plan, what we call your trade book, so that is really sort of your guide, your manual as to how you can move forward. And through that, you could develop your discipline and focus on a strong strategy that's going to allow you to trade and build a process that's going to work for you. So check it out, peakcapitaltrading.com. And Carlos, last thing, if people wanted to join as part of the community I was mentioning, Bearable Traders is the place to go, bearabletraders.com, and you can join in the chat room, which we operate all day. We're live trading in there all day, and we of course have our moderators sharing the trades, but it's the members themselves, right, that are sharing what they're doing actively in conversation as we watch these markets and together sort of figure out where they're going and how we can profit from it. So check it out, and hopefully we'll see you in the chat room sometime soon. All right, we got some levels to set. We've got some training to do. I'm hoping to get a couple of trades because I knew it was Friday, and I'm sitting here again on the banks of the Nile River. First time in Egypt, first time in Cairo. I'm very excited to go out and see things, but that'll only happen hopefully with some money in my pocket after the trading day. That's what I'm hoping, anyways. We'll see how that
Yes,
works out.
absolutely. Um, so, friends, many of you have emailed me saying, not many, a few, that you're blocked in our chat. And I checked the lines. You're actually not blocked, but for some reason, it's not the first one. I know we have Julius. He emails me. I'm working with him right now, and for some reason he can't chat. He can't chat on here, and he's not blocked by us. He's not banned. And he's like the first or third. Actually, no, first person this week. But there's a few you guys that have emailed me. It's not us. I don't know why that's happening. So, if I was you guys, if you cannot chat for some reason, and he's part of Lambos and Garbage Truck family too. Like he's actually a member as well. So I don't know why YouTube has him blocked for whatever reason.
Right.
But yeah, reach out to YouTube. I know reaching out to YouTube is like, it's rocket science. YouTube, Amazon, you can't get anybody on the phone. You got to go through legal documents and pages and pages and like, oh yeah, finally click here, put your DNA in there, make sure you're not a robot. I mean, they make it so complicated to reach these people. It's unbelievable, right? They're into the system of everything's automated, everything's online. You can't talk to anybody, right? So good luck, but you have to reach out to them because it's not us. It's definitely them, right? That's got you guys blocked. All right, excellent. Let's continue here, friends. Get some levels in place. Get ready for the market open. I got Meta, AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla, PLTR, and yeah, let's see what we got going on. So let's start there with Meta this morning. What a great trading day yesterday. Unfortunately, we did not have the entire move. We had a trade at the beginning up here, and we couldn't get this entire movement. Just insane. But we'll see what happens today. Today here, looking at our daily. Go right over here. I gotta remove some of the older levels. Looking Meta, guys. 538 today, the low. 538.51, we'll put a level right on there. The high of the pre-market is above the previous day close, up at 552.67. And then let's head over to the left here. Look at this massive candle from 580 yesterday all the way down $30 almost to the low of today. So heading over to the left, we have to go all the way back to, what is this? The middle of last year was the last time we were in this area, which by the way is just not that long ago. In the scheme of things, in the big picture, this is not a big time frame, right? So 572 towards the top is a nice spot there, and right in here we do have an area right around not a major one, but 566, 6407 is a good one as well. And towards the bottom, in case you do drop any further, we do have this area here at 528.97. Other than that, I don't think you need to add anything else. Again, we'll see how Meta does today. Traded very well yesterday. Looking forward to another great day today if we can get it. Let's take a look at AMD. Yes, let's take a look at AMD here. Just want to make sure that Andrew did not log in from a different name. Okay, no. Peter, let me know if Andrew logs in. Because usually when he's
Sure.
traveling, it's like a different name. Well, you know how it is, how it
He
works.
could be,
All
and
right.
he should be here. I mean, I was down having
Yeah.
coffee with him earlier, so he said he was going to be trading and
Awesome.
active. So yeah, we'll look forward
Yeah.
to him a little
Cool.
bit later.
Awesome. All right. AMD 200 is the low of the pre-market there, 270 cents. And then towards the top, we do have 205.91. Above that, friends, on the daily, you have the highs and lows of the last two trading days all the way up here. But before we get there, there's a midpoint area, which is just almost perfect here, 208.92. You can see it here, 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 here. I mean, just it's all over, right? It's a lot of change in direction happening right at that area. So I would definitely want to have that marked down. But what is more interesting on some of these tickers today is the downside. Where are we heading? How low are we going to go? Or is this a area of support? 198.82 is one there. And then on towards the bottom, 195.97 for AMD. Next one's going to be NVIDIA, which again, yesterday finally a really nice day. And the pre-market today even is turning out nice. 4.5 million shares traded already. And from red to green at the moment. 173.05 is our high of the pre-market. 170 is the low. Towards the top, plenty of levels, highs and lows for the last two trading days. And if we look towards the bottom here, so we're making a new low from a big area of support. We're breaking down right now, so you can see that. Yeah, look at this. We've been down here before, actually, many times. November, December, January, beginning of February. Can't tell off the bat right there. But we've been here many times and found a way to push higher. So let's see if today's one of those days. I'm going to go here and just pick off some levels towards the bottom of that. 168.56 and up here, down here, 166.90. Making a new low. I'm still going to keep my 170 there, low of the pre-market for now. And we'll see how the stock looks a little bit later. But very interesting spot on the daily for NVIDIA. And also you mentioned Tesla, Peter, also had a nice daily area as well. So we were here just a few days ago. If you look at it here, we're going to mark it down. It's going to be 364.58. If we head over to the left, let's get some levels over here, a little bit lower. We do have 357.59, and just in case, another great area of resistance that can now become support, 346.67. So that's Tesla towards the bottom. Towards the top, we can mark down the low of the pre-market at 368.72 and our high over at 375.74. Above that, plenty of levels. I don't think you need to add anything else. Next is going to be, so that is Tesla. My last one is PLTR on the list. So let's do that one right here, PLTR. Beautiful. And PLTR this morning towards the top, there's plenty of stuff going on over here. I will mark this level 150.82. So you can see that there. If I draw a line for you, you can see how much support, resistance, well, some more support in that area. But look at the back and forth we've been having here. Finally, a couple of days ago, we broke out. That's when we started watching PLTR, if you guys remembered. Started kind of hitting our scanners a little bit more. And then the drop here looking much better. And then today, of course, losing some ground. So breaking out of this range has caused it to have bigger daily intraday action, which for us, obviously, is a lot nicer and can give us some better opportunities. 143.88 is the low of the pre-market. We will slam one there towards the top. The high is pretty much above the previous day close, 148.90. And then don't add anything else up here. I mean, this is just congested. There's so much happening there. Do not need to add anything else there towards the bottom. Some levels just in case. 140 is another one. And 138.47 as well. So PLTR looking very good here. Even the daily looks really nice on PLTR. All right, Peter, what is our team watching over in the chat room? I know engineering the market is going on over there, friends. If you join BBT, you can always check out the schedule's there. Engineering the Market starts at 8:30 with Jared, more in-depth information. And then from there, straight to live trading with Andrew and Brian and the rest of the moderators.
Yeah, well, our mods are in. Jared is going to be watching Microsoft and PLTR, as well as Tesla and NVIDIA. Andrew, he is in the chat room and he's getting ready to trade live. He's watching AMD, NVIDIA, PLTR, and Tesla. And it looks like that's it. Where are the rest of the mods? They don't have their listen yet. I can tell you from my side, I'm going to be watching Microsoft. I'm going to be watching NVIDIA and AMD. I mean, everything feels weak, right? So we got to watch it go down. Tesla, of course, always on my list. So we'll just see where these things go. I'm going to stick to the big stuff, and hopefully we get some trade opportunities. I'm not going to assume they're going to drop, but if I see weakness, I won't be afraid to try and take advantage of that if the opportunity presents. So whatever you're watching, just trade smart. Again, there's opportunities abound, at least there has been over this last week, but it doesn't mean that it's been easy. It never is, right? So be careful, trade smart, and we can take advantage. I mean, I'm watching like just look, everything's got that same, Carlos, the same downward push, doesn't it, this morning? Just heavy,
Yeah.
heavy, heavy, heavy down. Oh my goodness. It's just feeling so weak out there. But
Yeah, man.
again, I
It's starting to get to the point of, hey, should we be worried? What's happening? Are we
yeah.
recession bound? And again, that's people's opinions. We'll be fine no
And
matter what happens. But that it's getting to a point where people are saying,
and
what is going on?
well, and hitting that panic button. I think
Right?
John killed my slide on the panic there, but it does feel like that panic has finally set in, right? Where people are saying maybe now it's time to jump off the ship, abandon ship. And we were, because I've been talking about this for a while, right? Like, yes, we were down, yes, the market was down, but we weren't really that low. But now this morning is when we're pushing lower to a point where the recessionary pressures are going to start to feel themselves, and wait for the news next week, right? We're always a couple of days behind with the mass media or the public media, and they're going to start talking about the market having closed lower last week. What does this mean? Is a recession looming? Blah blah blah. This is I'm look, unless this day turns around and we end up green, which could happen. I'll put money on the table, bet with all of you that that's what you're going to start hearing, right, on the news networks next week. So we'll
Oh
see.
yeah,
We'll see where it goes.
100%.
What always happens.
Um, all right, friends, we got some time.
So
15 minutes to the market open. We are just getting ready to go. My watch is just set. I got my levels.
yeah.
And we will be getting ready to rock and roll here very, very shortly. Atlas changed colors. I'm pulling this up right now. So Andrew's saying Atlas, they changed the colors from green on the top and red at the bottom, right, to kind of match long and short, or vice versa. I don't know. Let me go in. I forgot what it actually looked at like already.
Was it confusing
Uh,
everybody?
I don't think
It's sort of a
I wasn't confusing
uh,
me, but I guess it was
no,
confusing some
but
people.
I get it. There's a convention that people are used to, and it actually made more sense the way they had it, because above the price are sell orders, below the price are buy orders. So we're
That's
used
that's
to
what I thought
buying.
too. Yeah,
Right. We're used to buying being green and selling being red, but people also have that expectation. Green means going up and red means going down. So, it
yeah.
just depends
Okay.
on which
Depends how
convention
you
you're
look at it.
adopting, I guess. Yeah, it
The one
depends how
that
you
makes
look
no
at it.
sense
So,
is the programmers that created the Apple one. These are Apple charts going up is like another color and going down is green. Like this just doesn't make no sense. Like they have this emoji. That one is really off. Like, dude, down is not
I don't
green.
know that one.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen that one? Oh man, yeah, it's on that
No.
Apple emojis. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's completely the opposite.
All
But
right.
all right, friends, we are set to go. Whatever color
That
they
doesn't make
make it,
sense.
it's a great product. No, red. There it is. I'll show it to you. It's just like this. Look at this. Red going up. That doesn't make no sense. I just put it in chat. So that makes no sense. Did it go through?
Uh,
You guys get it? I
oh
thought
yeah,
I
yeah,
sent it.
yeah. I see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yep.
That's
Oh, there's
backwards.
just these little icons. I see.
Yeah, it's like these little lines. Yeah, yeah. So
Some
weird.
somebody who doesn't actually
They don't
trade.
trade. They
Don't
program,
know what they're doing.
but they do not trade. Yeah, yeah. So all good. Um. All right. What else, guys? What else we have going on here? Ugrow was wild. If you guys remember this one, yesterday and the day before. So it has come down since yesterday. Tried to get going again. Did hit some new highs, but down here this morning. WBE we were watching yesterday as well. Didn't really do anything. KOD was the other one too that was high flying, and actually it maintained this gap up yesterday. So you can see it here, still hanging out here. No volume, not really in play. And be careful with these. A lot of these that were high flying are lower flow stocks, so be careful with those. All right. Let's see here. Just ARM, Meta, AMD,
I'm
Tesla.
I'm
Perfect.
waiting for earnings to see the earnings on Carnival. They're supposed to be out here any minute. Looks like they did release their earnings.
There it goes.
Um, and looks like they beat their numbers. So they had adjusted net income of 275 million. Their guidance is above blah blah blah. They had unfavorable impact from fuel prices, no surprise there. Yields, gross margin yields still at 10%. And so, yeah, it looks like it was a relatively good number out of CCL. They continue to sort of scrape by, I guess. What is the stock doing so far? Anything? Yeah, I mean it's down, but the whole
Nah.
market's down. So you could have a
Yeah.
fantastic earnings report, and it'll be hard to move down. But look, I mean, you can see where it spiked for a couple of minutes, just as the when the earnings were released. So they're struggling. They're trying to move
Yeah.
higher, but we'll see. I'm going to keep an eye on this just for fun's sake through the open because I do like their earnings. Where do I want to put them? Where will I put Carnival? I'm running out of stocks here.
Let's see here.
I'll put them over here.
I'm just setting up my list, friends, putting it here all together. I have so many tickers on deck today, but I think it's that type of day. We just got to watch
Hmm
a couple of things.
Spread a
Uh,
wide net.
yeah, it's been a wide net and see what we pull in here. So, um, PLTR, Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, all down, all red. Everything is red on my screen. Besides Unity Software is the only thing I have gapping up,
Mm.
and ARTL. So ARTL is gapping up
Don't for, don't forget Netflix.
152%. I didn't add Netflix. I didn't have it on my list, but yeah, Netflix is gapping up 1.3. Probably could replace something in here
Hmm
on the secondary list. Let's see what we can get rid of. That's gonna be tough to get Netflix in here. That's okay. I know you guys are watching it, and if you guys see something great on it, please let me know. We'll tune into it right away. All right, guys. Any questions? MU? Yeah, I just have no space for. I think MU is another one I'll look at. But keep in mind, as I'm watching AMD and Nvidia, MU is gonna come to mind. So we'll pull up MU if it's doing something great. But at the moment, it looks good. It does look good pre-market, and they have been treating us well. So yeah, let me compare it to AMD. Actually looks better than AMD at the moment. We usually don't say that, but AMU does look slightly better than AMD. Peter, will you agree? I think so. The pre-market,
Well, let's see. What MU you said?
yeah, MU looks at the moment better than AMD at the moment,
Yeah.
and I know that could change very quickly.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with that.
It
It
does
definitely
look good.
does.
I'm gonna change AMD for AMU actually. Let's do that, friends. And I know, Peter, I know you're gonna be watching AMD anyway, so you'll call it out if you see something great. So it's a plus for us that are not going to be watching it for
Well,
right now. So
I, I will, but keep in mind I am traveling. I don't have as much space to watch everything I normally do, so
true, true, true.
I have to.
Uh, POTR for long? I don't know, man. We'll have to see how the market opens. This can go either way. We're down enough that things are starting to get a little bit extended on some tickers. right? Like a Meta. We're down enough where this could be a place where things want to try to bounce back, or hey, is the bloodbath going to continue? So we just don't know. We'll market open. We'll get a nice feel for that, at least for the first couple of minutes, and then later down the line, that market loves to trend in one direction. It is Friday, so very interesting day going into the weekend. Although President Trump said he's not doing anything
It
for
is.
10 days, he's 10 days of ceasefire for him.
Yeah.
Um, and I
Yeah.
I think that he's buying more time to get his troops in position, our troops in position, right here in the U.S. I think that's what he's doing. I don't
Well,
know if there's any
it
negotiation
also
talks
gives
really
more time
happening.
for them to, yeah, to seed mines on the island and stuff. So I'm not sure that
Yeah,
in that respect it necessarily benefits, but I think I mean look, I'm all for a negotiated solution. That would be good. Unfortunately, it essentially, if they did achieve any negotiated solution right now, I can't imagine a solution that Iran would agree to that doesn't leave the existing regime in place, which
that
is,
regime is not going anywhere, man. Unless the people
well,
there
and
said enough, that they're
which
not going anywhere.
which
They're not.
means you
It's
haven't accomplished that
yeah,
much, right? If they don't
yeah.
agree to some
They,
significant changes, and
no, they're,
unfortunately, we've
they're they're
seen
not
that
going
before
anywhere.
with
These
some.
guys will die first. They will die first before they give power. It's just not. They're not doing it. And unless you put troops in the ground and go there and have a mess, which nobody wants, especially U.S. We don't
Yeah,
want to do that. You're not getting rid of these guys, man.
yeah.
Their roots are so deep in this country. It's gonna be tough. It's a very tough mission. So it's I don't know. My opinion, I could be completely wrong. Who knows? But I mean, you're seeing it. You're seeing it right now. These guys are
Yeah.
not giving up. So it's a tough one. And like you said, I don't blame you. Like people say, well, why the people there
Microsoft.
should get up and fight? But yeah, who wants to be in the front line? Front lines are
Yeah,
gonna go.
yeah.
Who's gonna be the first? Yeah,
It's easy.
like
It's easy to say, man, but
easy to
you
say,
know,
but
are you willing to
first couple
die
of
for
three
it?
three
Like,
rows, going bye bye. And I don't know if you want to do that. So it's a tough
they
situation.
there's a great saying out there that say it's the rare person that is willing to plant the tree under whose shade they'll never sit.
Yeah,
So, it's tough. It's tough to
it's
do
tough.
these big
It's
things.
big tough, man. They're in a tough position, and I
Yeah.
feel for them because it sucks to be in a situation where you don't want this and there's nothing you could do about it. Ah, man, that's tough. That's tough. That's really tough. So
Yeah.
all we could do is pray for the best, but that's it, man. It's a tough situation. All right, friends.
So I'm here in the hotel, and my I'm looking at my trading platform, Carlos. My network delay is at the high end of what I like for trading. So I'm sitting at about 200, let's say 200 milliseconds, which I'll
That's
go as
not
high
bad.
as three. It's not bad, but it's not great. I mean, I'll go as high as 300 milliseconds when pressured, but yeah, I prefer to see it
Yeah.
lower than that, of course. So,
Yeah, of course, of
uh,
course. See when the volume
uh,
comes in though. What happens is because I'm in my
yeah.
country the same thing. I got around 200, but when the market opened, it shot up to 400, and I'm like, okay, you can't trade with 400.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
messy. You
Yeah.
could, but you're
Yeah.
gambling at this point on your entry and
It,
your execution.
yeah. And
Yeah,
you think it doesn't make a difference, but
it
I mean,
does.
let's
Yeah,
face it, like 400 milliseconds, that's more than a third of a second. And that
yeah.
makes a huge difference as to
On
when you
some
press
on
the
some of
button.
these
And
tickers, yeah, yeah. Because it's not just that; it's the data you're seeing and sending your order and coming back. It's a lot of back and forth. Above 400 is a problem for sure. Just very very laggy.
so,
Um,
Mr. Steve Bode, if you're asking where do you check that, it depends on the platform that you're in, of course. But
mhm.
if you're in a DAS Trader Pro, which is what I'm in, you just there's a little icon at the bottom of the main window that you just need to click on. It's like a little
Yeah, I'll show
it
you
looks like a
here.
chain. Yeah,
This little
a little
thing right over
tiny
here. You double click on these
bottom
two
right.
connectors. Yeah, double click on these
Yeah,
two connectors. You're gonna get this window,
yeah,
right? It's called network traffic. And then just
yeah.
expand this all the way and go to the left, to the right, all the
Or
way
you
to
just
the
you just
right.
want to you can grab the, yeah. There
You
you
see a
go.
network delay right
That's,
there. Well, you got to
wow.
move the slider over.
Look at Carlos.
Oh, I don't
Five
mess around, baby.
milliseconds.
Oh, I don't mess
Holy,
around.
I have never, I have never
Really?
seen that. Well, of course, you're sitting right beside the
I'm next
exchanges,
to these guys. I got a direct
so
line to the exchange.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Yeah, we're not playing
Wow,
games. We want to make sure that
damn.
we're getting the
I
best of the best. Oh
damn.
man. Yeah.
Wow,
Good
look
good
at that.
stuff. From Asia, my ping is 300 to 400. That's good because when I was in Thailand, it was not great. It was not great. Now, we were all connected in one room, so that I'm sure did not help. But it was not great. The connection. Let's see here. I sit in the data center. Yeah, they're next door. They're next door. All right. Let's see, my friends. What do we have going on? TOS doesn't want you to know that info. Oh, TOS has gotten much better though, than what they used to be. I had TOS for years, even before DAS. Before I joined Bearable Traders, like years ago, I had TOS with TD Ameritrade, and they gotten much better than what they were before. And a lot of these platforms have, guys. A lot of platforms now. Like I get the email a lot. Hey, I trade with Webull. Can I join Bearable Traders? Yes, you can use whatever platform you want. A lot of platforms have gone a very long way, and
Yeah,
all those strategies we have, you
absolutely.
can trade in any platform. So don't worry if you're with Webull, TradeStation, whatever you're in, you can join BBT. You can trade our strategies. Doesn't matter. Um, but certain strategies like scalping, Dash Trader Pro is the best. So there's no question. But the other ones are they're getting their stuff together, especially as more retail traders come into this world of trading. So they'll continue to push the envelope forward. All right, 1 minute for the market open, friends. Let's see what we get here.
Oh,
Excited for some of these
oh, yeah,
tickers.
we're about to go live.
Yep. And
Okay.
Tesla, PLTR, MU, Meta. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's see. Here we go.
You can plug it in right here. I think this is
Very good. Uh, okay, Tesla, 20 seconds, friends.
Yeah, I think you
Am
can
I the only
even
one that
just plug
uses
it,
IBKR Trader Station? Well, no, so no people use that.
but it's a
People
forward.
use that. I find it a little bit cumbersome. I have it downloaded because I use Interactive Brokers as my broker, but not the actual trading platform. But people use it. They love it. All right, here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Let's see where the action is, my
Yeah, we're
friends.
live. We got the bell. Let's see what we
Live
got.
and rocking. All right, MU doing some stuff. Meta getting some volume here a little bit. No biases, friends. I know things are feeling weak, but no bias. Trade a strategy. Wait for the signals. No FOMO.
Yeah, oh, Microsoft dropping here. Mm, NVIDIA is actually, I like NVIDIA here. No,
Uh,
no, 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 no.
Meta getting some green here. PLTR. All right, waiting.
Oh,
Waiting.
oh man.
All right, let's see here. I think today I'm going to wait for a 5 minute RB. I'm not going to mess around with 1 minute engulfing. I'm going to wait for things to settle down and just pick a direction. I'm looking for an engulfing strategy. Like on Meta looks nice. We can come lower here. But I think today's a day that we take it a little bit slow and just kind of let things settle here. A car Ram, I think it is 7132. Welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck. Great to have you. Happy to see you on board. Thank you so much for the support to the channel and our trading community.
Oh, shoot.
I hear this Meta coming back down. SPY selling off, friends. Let's get ready. Maybe an opportunity here for a quick scalp on Meta. 1 minute ORB. I'm short Meta, friends, for 1 minute ORB here to the downside. Careful with the number of shares. My stop is 582 above the VWAP. I'll be out very quickly. So take less shares because we can get a big move on this one, or stopped out very quickly. So let's see, 550, 542 is my stop. Peter, were you trading?
I'm
You're in something?
short. Yeah, I'm short NVDA, but I got a terrible fill on it, so
Yeah. Oh
not
man. Hopefully it can run though.
well, yeah, it's popping up here, so that's not so
Yep.
good.
This candle will be important. This candle has to drop. If it doesn't, oh sorry guys, not showing the 1 minute. This candle has to follow through with the drop here, or else I'm probably gonna be out of this. SPY's looking to sell lower, hopefully. Let's see. I said I was gonna wait for the 5 minute RB, but I don't know. Oh man, I did a Brian. Pulled a Brian. I pulled
You
a
pulled a Brian?
Bryant. Yeah,
What
I
does that mean?
did. I'm gonna wait for the 5 minutes for things to settle down, and then oh, this looks like a good 5 minute, 1 minute RB, and I went in.
And then you didn't.
So then I didn't.
Yeah.
Uh, boy, oh boy. All right, Meta. Let's see what we got. Let's get back to the low of the pre-market, 538.55. 538, actually 537.99 is the low of the pre-market. I'm gonna mark that down. 537.99. Oh yes, yes. Come on, we're at 1R. We'd love to a little bit more to make the risk to reward work on this one. But I got to be careful with the slingshot move. You know, these stocks, they love to do this slingshot where they drop down and shoot back up. And that's
Yeah.
what this time is the most volatile and dangerous time to trade. So be very, very careful, friends. You got to be very quick with your entries and exits. And faster with your exits, too. That's more important, actually. Protect yourself. Okay, we're going to partial here, guys. Nice. 537.99 is our low. Let's see if we can get more. Let's see,
Where's
friends.
where's my trades? All my charts, I realize nothing's set up the way I expected. Show trades, show. All right, oh, there we go. Okay. So I just took a partial on NVIDIA. It finally dropped here.
Nice.
I hung on and able to
Very nice.
take
Very nice,
advantage
Peter.
of that. I'm going to take another partial down here. So this is good.
Come on, Meta. Give us 537. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. On us on a Friday. Oh man. Meta for the win. We need Paris.
Just taking
Where's
another
Paris?
partial. Again, I don't know how long this is going to go for, so I'm taking advantage of this.
Right. You probably can't share your screen, can you? It's okay if you can't. Want to see that great trade? No, don't worry. Focus on the trade, Peter. We could look at it later. I
Yeah.
don't want you to. Yeah, focus on the trade.
Okay.
We'll look at it later. Yeah. That's okay. So here we are, friends. Partial towards 536. We got a great
Terrible.
fast
Just
move.
shit, my entry was so bad. I actually got stopped out on NVIDIA the first time I tried to short it,
No.
and then
Yeah.
jump back in again with a horrible fill. That's very upsetting for me because I thought I hit the button 30 cents earlier. The network delays actually stayed constant here, so I'm at still
So yeah,
150,
that's
170,
actually
so that's
good.
good.
That's not. That
Better than it
shouldn't.
was. So
That shouldn't be 30
yeah.
cents behind, right? It should be tighter than that.
No, no, no,
You
no.
know.
I think I think it was just bad timing on my part.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. All right, guys. So short Meta. If we can't, we'll do the Peter here. If it goes back above 537.99, I'm gonna take another partial, right? Because I think the fun could be over on this thing. So we'll try to get lower, but 537.99, we'll take a partial. I'm not gonna take everything off, but I will take a partial just in case we're shooting back up. I don't want to bring up a lot of shares
Mm.
to my break even. So
Oh,
um,
there you go. Oh, what?
we want lower, but we don't want to give it back in that process.
Oh, I should have stayed in. What the heck? What happened? Oh, I didn't
Oh
move
man,
my
Peter's having
stop.
some kind of technical issue. That's not good, Peter.
No,
What's
no.
going on, man? You're
Well,
scaring me.
I got out of the short, and then I ended up long just a few shares, but I got long only the value of my last partial, and
Right.
uh,
Yep.
and I said, okay, what am I doing? And once I figured it out, I just got out because it wasn't my trade. But then Nvidia popped higher. I'm like, oh, I should have just kept them. I should have just stayed in. Look at Nvidia go. That could have been nice. Oh,
All right. Let's see
and look
from
now, Andrew,
Meta.
the Ender indicator, he's going long Nvidia. I should have just stayed in.
Yeah.
I would have been in ahead of him.
Yep. Yep.
Oh well, it wasn't intentional. You don't want to.
All right. Just waiting on Meta to see what happened. Peter fumbling. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Peter's
fumbling.
fumbling,
I'm
fumbling the
fumbling. Yeah,
entries.
look, first first day, and I don't know how long I'm trading on the road. Like, when's the last
Yeah.
time I was traveling and actually traded? It's been a long time. So,
I haven't traded from my laptop well, in Thailand was the last time I traded from my laptop. And the
mm,
problem is, I'm gonna take a partial here, friends. Just a partial. I'm not getting out, but just in case we're coming back up because things are starting to bounce a little bit, I want to take some off. And it's so funny because you do all these chains on your actual desktop platform, and then when you get to, you're like, okay, what is this? Why is this not looking the same way? Same thing, because you wait so long until you actually use it that everything looks a little bit
right.
different.
Oh, Nvidia, look at that. That inadvertent long would have been awesome. That's now it's a shame. Now I'm regretful.
All right, let's see if this trade is gonna give us anything more than what it has already. So we'll look for the breakdown below 536. I think it's possible, but I'm not confident enough to add on it, to be honest. Like to add here, I'm not comfortable enough to do that. Um, as it's selling off again. So let's see. That's a good candle we're getting here. Can it continue?
Oh, oh.
Uh, let's see here. What's happening? Hope I'm not missing anything else by looking at this too long here on Meta. What else is going on? NVIDIA up, Tesla down, trying to hold here. PLTR not doing much. Meta's just holding here, not probably gonna be stuck for a little bit. Actually, the patterns are looking bullish on Meta. Like if I look at this
Mm,
engulfing on the 5 minute, they're looking actually like they want to bounce. You know what? I'm hesitant. I'm probably gonna. I want to take another partial. Yeah, I'm gonna get all out. I'll get all out on
mhm.
Meta, and then what I'll do is because it looks like it wants to go higher, I'll get all out here, and then we can always jump against short. If it comes to the V up and shows some more weakness, we can always join that party. But I'm gonna get out of it now. And let's see here.
Okay.
Let's see what we have on
Mm,
Nvidia below the
apparently, I
VWAP. Oh, Meta, you
should have gone
dog.
short Microsoft. It looks like I might have picked the wrong horse. Oh well.
Oh, I got out of Meta. I think it's gonna. Is it gonna go?
Dog,
Oh,
you dog, you dirty
oh,
dog.
that was a bad move. I know. I don't know if it's a bad move yet because we haven't dropped it. But if it drops below this into the low, that was a bad move.
Uh,
Um, but hey, you gotta live with the decision you made with the information you had. You can't tell the
yep,
future. That's it.
that's
So If it goes down,
That's,
great.
I
Great for
hear
whoever's still in it, but made my decision. I moved on. Coin, nice short. Very good. What else, friends? What are you guys looking at today? Um, AAOI. What's going on with these guys? They were hot a few days ago. Uh, so yeah, not much volume. Actually, they're okay. They're okay. PLTR, Tesla. NVIDIA's at the VWAP. Can NVIDIA give us something today? Oh, Andrew's long on NVIDIA. I'm not going long. I'm not going short. I could wait.
you. There's
I could
NVIDIA
wait.
dropped
This
below
guy
the
sees
VWAP
stuff
here.
that who knows I don't see, so we'll leave that alone. Wow,
Mm,
guys. ARTL hitting 10 up 210% today. Uh halted. Second halt's coming up now. The first one looks like was 10 minutes, right? One, two, yeah, 10
yeah.
minutes. Yeah, definitely 10-minute halt here. Opened up, was open for I can't tell how long. Is there a way to tell how long this candle was on DAS?
Uh,
Probably not, right?
I mean, how
The
long it
time
was? Like,
like the
oh,
time it opened to the time it closed when it's under a
oh
minute.
no, not really. You'd have to see the time and sales to really know.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
if you look at a 1 minute chart, that'll tell you which minute it's in, but not more than
Yeah.
that.
It'll tell you what minute it opened, obviously 9:42, but not when it closed.
Well, I mean, I can tell you when it closed,
Oh, actually we
because
could.
yeah,
9:42.
because it closed at
Okay.
9:42 and 47 seconds.
Yeah, so there you go.
So
40,
I'll tell you
42
that.
seconds. Yeah. 43 seconds open, basically. All right, so that's the way to do it. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that's when the halt went in.
Yeah.
And ARTL obviously to the top side here. Wow, halted almost at
Ah,
10, but the
might have made a
volatility is
new
looking up over 10.
made a new low, and it's probably gonna go lower. Ah, it did the same thing to me yesterday too, Peter. It did the same thing. We made a good trade, and I was out before it did that massive drop. Um,
Mm.
it's okay. I'm happy with the trading on that today. Thanks, boss. Let's see here. 30 sec. We don't have a 30-second in DAS, do we? No, I don't think we have a 30-second. At least I don't know how to do it. I see 1 minute up to 60, but I don't see. I don't start
Yeah, I
messing
don't
with
think
30.
so.
But I know some platforms people ask for 30-second charts. Can you imagine how that looks? That just got to be too much. Some people in our community actually use a 2 minute. I know Brian uses a 2 minute.
Yeah.
And they love
Yep.
kind of to see like that slower, smoother, smooths out the 1 minute a little bit. So and you can see we took this for a 1 minute ORB
Wow.
here. And on the 2 minute, you can see how clean that is. Look at that engulfing. If you were trading it that way, so it has its benefits.
The more of a momentum trader you are, the shorter the candles you typically like, right? If you're looking for bigger moves, then you want the longer candles. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, I can't imagine doing anything less than 1 minute candles, really. It's already choppy
yeah,
enough at 1 minute. Imagine 30 or so, you can go to 15-second candles. You can get ridiculous on it. Depends
yeah,
what you want to
yeah.
watch and the platform you've got.
It can get wild.
Get NVIDIA. NVIDIA's popping. So look, the market is looking like maybe it's
Yeah, we're
going to
getting a
make
little bit of a bounce here. Yeah, trying to see. Oh, MU's moving higher. Nice. I'm trying to see where we can join this party. There we go. Get more space on the screen. NVIDIA held the VWAP nicely. Tesla coming to the VWAP. What a nice short on Tesla, guys. Look at that. Short here. If you were doing a 1 minute ORB, right? Anything else could have been a little bit tougher, but nice short there. Beautiful clean trading as somewhat of a support area. Let's see what it does here towards the VWAP and see there's an opportunity. And MU, yeah, see MU going. MU is nice. MU did trade very, very nice actually. And they one of our favorite
Yeah.
setups. 5 minute engulfing here. One of our favorite setups to look at. So
Yeah.
mm. All right, let's see what Tesla does at the VWAP here. See if it wants to do anything exciting. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. So thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. We're sitting at 283 now that I hit it myself. And yeah, thank you guys. Really appreciate it as we check what the markets have going here. SanDisk, SNDK. Yeah, it's going. Recovering. Moving higher there. Are you guys seeing anything? Long Tesla S4. Okay, so you're going in off S4. Very nice. Here is Tesla now at the VWAP. Let's look for our strategy on Tesla. See some people long MU at 360.
We got moving up. We got Apple's Apple's strangely strong here this morning.
Yep. Tesla long. Nice. MU long from 5-minute ORB. Dick Rosen. Nice, man. That is awesome. That is nice. Went short Tesla at the start. Long TQQ. Short now. Now was wild. We had now on our radar for some time. I'll look at it in a second once I'm done with seeing what Tesla wants to do here. So not ideal on this VWAP breakout because yeah, go ahead, Peter.
I was just gonna say I was trying to figure out how to get you my trades. If I post them in the chat room, you can pick it up from there, right?
Yeah, I got the chat room open.
I'll put an image in the chat room there, and then
yeah, let's take a look. So here is the chat, friends. We can see Andrew, all our traders, moderators, trading all that fun stuff. Let's take a look. This is what Peter did. You're short and stopped out, right?
So I got one. Yeah, I went short, got stopped out. Then I got short again and took 3 partials. And then that last one is where I accidentally got long because I didn't reset my stop and got out right
yeah.
away.
Oh, you didn't update the stop to the actual amount that you had. Yeah, this is where I would love for DAS to do that, right? Update the stop loss to whatever's actually open. I mean, Thinkorswim does that, which
you
is
can
really
set
nice.
you can set your keys, your hotkeys to do that. I usually like
Yeah.
to press the button, and I think I did, but I have to be more. I have to be calmer. I think I did it too fast, and it didn't actually take. So.
Take, yeah. Nice, good man. Nice. All right, let's see. Tesla failed at a VWAP breakout, so
Tesla
no go
did
there.
Fail.
No go for us on that one. Man, took the escalators up, the elevator down in the last couple of minutes here, back to the low. That happened pretty quickly. MU sliding lower. Oh, NVDA. What's the SPY doing? SPY. What's the Spidey senses up to?
Wow.
Heading down.
Wow, look at the big downturn.
Yeah, heading down, friends. Careful if you're long. Just, follow the plan. I'm not telling you to get out. Just follow your plan, your risk management, your stop loss where they need to be, all that good stuff. Make sure you're following. Um, let me look at now. Someone mentioned now. Didn't forget about you. Let's take a look. Now, oh, where is it? Yeah, you took a short. You took a short on this one, I believe. Yeah, this is. Look at the drop on now too. Service now also on the daily. It's not been having fun. So nice. If you took a short on that one, you're looking pretty good. Unity software also down. Yeah, this is down as well. Things not looking good.
No, I looked, gave a moment of hope.
Yeah,
There's about
things are
10
not
minutes in
looking
there
good.
where we're like, oh, maybe the market, maybe we can, get moving higher, and then just pulled the rug,
Yeah.
pulled the rug on us.
Wow. Wow.
It's funny
ART
when you guys,
11. Jeez. Go ahead.
what you looking at? Oh,
ART
ARTL. What's it?
just rocking. Yeah. 11
Is
bucks.
it? It's reopened again.
Oh yeah.
AR,
Well, halted again.
ARTL. Oh,
uh
open and halted. Oh
yeah.
wow, look at that. Damn.
So just
Yeah.
insane.
I was actually watching Tesla for a short when you guys were talking about a long. And then
Okay.
the market was moving higher because I was watching it I wanted it to fail at VWAP and go
Yeah.
lower. Unfortunately, it did that push just higher, and the market was pushing higher above VWAP as well.
Yeah.
Anyways, but of course now we're at the low of the day, and I'm thinking I should have jumped on that. Should have jumped on that short. It would have been great.
Damn, I'm not in anything, friends, and we look like we're going highway to hell right now, and I'm not in anything short, and
Hmm.
not that I need to be in, but I don't see a way to join. That's the most important thing. I don't see where to get in on any of these at the moment. For me, getting in here on any of these shorts will be chasing. Right, there'll be no strategy. MU's at the VWAP, so there could be an opportunity there. Meta is still very close to the VWAP, so maybe this can be an opportunity to rejoin short. There's definitely a comfort zone that comes when you had a trade on a ticker that you already made some money on that makes you feel more comfortable to try to get back into it again. There's something involved with that because I feel it now. I'm feeling like, yeah, get back in meta because you already made some money. Like, and that should not be the case, but there
Mm.
is some kind of comfort zone that says, yes, jump in meta again, and get some more. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just me or if that's a thing, but I'm kind of feeling that a little bit.
No, no, I find the same thing. Once you've traded something once, you want to sort of stick with it, right? And
Right?
that can be a big detriment when you're losing on it because there's no
Yeah.
logic for that stock to give you good value. You
Right.
might want to
Right.
focus on something else, but everybody wants to turn the red numbers green. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
so just beware of that. But if you traded something and it was working and you're still following the trend and it reestablished, then Carlos, yeah, I see why that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Meta actually looks better at that, yeah, at the VWAP because it rejected nicely with the good little
Yeah.
doji,
It
and
did.
it's too darn it. And I should have look at that. I should have, coulda, woulda.
So
That
it's a lot of
Tesla,
VWAP rejections here that we could have taken, man. Tesla,
yeah,
MU, I'm sorry, not MU, NVIDIA,
yeah,
we're and Meta, a lot of rejections here. And NVIDIA was a little bit different because it was above the VWAP, but you can see here back down. It's a lot of stuff short,
yeah.
guys. Um, it's got to be something that I could sink my teeth in.
There's got to be something we can do here.
I know. MU's the only one, but I don't know if I like it as much as the other ones that I'm seeing. Uh, Not sure. So here's MU at the VWAP. We got the previous day close here as well, which will be a yeah. Aranza, you do get the feeling where hopefully that's your name. That I'm pronouncing it correctly. That you get the feeling that you're missing everything because everything is moving and you're not in it. I got that feel a little bit right now. Not too bad. Oh, Meta. Let's go. But I do have that feeling where like, come on, everything's about to sell off,
I don't.
and
Hey,
it's gonna be a
I'm watching
big day.
NVIDIA and feeling the same way,
Yeah,
Carlos.
I know. So you're not alone, friends. Just it all comes down to, hey, gotta
Yeah,
follow your plan. Gotta follow your plan, and that's it.
yeah.
That's it. Got your strategies, and if you missed it, you missed it.
I'm gonna blame traveling here that I maybe wasn't as fast as I should have been. I'll get more used to this, I guess. But
Yeah.
wow,
Well,
look at
you'll be
that
doing it
sell
for a
off.
couple of days, so you'll be much
Yeah.
better into next week. Mm-mm.
Oh, that is too bad. Look at that.
I don't want to
Yikes.
look at it.
That was a
I don't.
I don't want to don't talk to me about it. I
Yeah.
don't want to see it anymore.
Fredo, they're dead to me.
Yeah.
Those stocks are dead to me. Um,
Mm.
we're looking at MU, but we can't complain, guys. We had such a great trading week compared to the previous week, compared to February. This month has been um, much nicer. So things are getting not for the spy, and not for our retirement accounts. Don't look at your retirement account until like 3 months from now. So don't look at it.
Mm.
Uh, might not be doing to us. It was a couple of weeks ago. See MU. Let's see. Oh man, sorry to hear that, Mally. Yes, you had a terrible week. It's okay. More weeks to come. More weeks to come and to recover, and it'll happen. We'll have terrible months, terrible weeks, terrible quarters. It happens. But as long as you don't let it, take over your process, that works. So here's MU doing our setup right now.
Yeah.
There's the breakdown. Here's the pullback, and here is going to be the confirmation candle if this goes red. So I'm thinking below 358 is where I probably will get in short. My stop has to be 360, so I'll give it $1 something on this one. And again, take less shares, especially because we got an okay green day right now, so there's no need to force it or risk anymore to jeopardize, the gains for today. So, but it's not working right now, so it's probably not going to be an entry. This is breaking down. This is why we wait for that confirmation. We're not getting it right now, so the sellers are not in control at the moment on MU. Yeah, it's not working. So that's why we wait. Numbers at 10 a.m. What do we have? We got 10 a.m. Thanks for the reminder. Numbers at
Yeah,
10.
thank you. Actually, I forgot as
Uh,
well.
yeah, Michigan.
And and we missed the earlier ones this morning, but I don't think the market did much with that.
No, retail.
So
Yeah, it's just, no, it's
so what
not
do
a
we
big one.
got here? Uh, yeah, we got the yeah, Michigan consumer sentiment came out. I mean, a little low, 53.3 on the scale versus 55.5 forecast. So that's not such a big deal. Consumer expectations also lower at 51.7 versus 54.1 on the scale. The inflation number came out exactly on target at 3.2%. So overall, yeah, not much to see here, frankly. I don't think the market's going to. I mean, you need like big moves in these numbers for it really to have a direct market impact. So
Yep.
so that's it really for today. I think, yeah, as I said, the rest is oil, sort of oil news, and that's about it for the day. So steady as she goes, I guess.
Steady as she goes. All right, looking at looking at Meta doing a beautiful leg down, which I'm not in. Um, this
Carla,
this is
please.
awesome. $5 from where I last got out. No, less than that. $3
Ah,
from my best partial here.
yeah,
But wow, that is just
yikes.
sometimes you gotta stick to the
Yeah,
plan. If I would
that
have just
happens.
waited to my break even, I would still been in this. My break even is all the way up here. And I can't think like
Oh,
that.
your break even was higher than that? Oh,
It's much higher than that. I got out
uh,
because I thought it was gonna slam, push high like a lot of things were, but this
mm,
one's kind of stuck low, but it's okay.
mm,
It doesn't matter. But
yeah, that
ouch,
that's that
ouch.
does hurt.
It
Yeah,
does hurt.
that's just
You know,
painful.
like man, oh, meta. All right. MU failed our breakout, so nothing to see there. Right now, it's just getting a little bit messy up and down around the VWAP. Meta long or short, I don't know. Right now, it just looks weak. So unless you have your strategy for maybe a V-type reversal with a short stop long to try to get at least a VWAP, right? A lot of people do that strategy. It's called so V reversal, and what they do is they do very tight risk and potential of getting a 5R. So they'll get stopped out quite a bit, but when they do
Yeah,
win, they're getting 5, 6Rs, right? So it helps
right.
it helps pay for the 3, 4 times that you might have to take a stab at this. I'm not saying you should try that. You got to practice it in sim, see what your numbers look like, take advantage. But I find that hard to trade that strategy. I really do. But let's see. To me, it looks weaker. Make sure you get Atlas too. Make sure the Atlas shows you what's going on here. But it looks rather weak to me. Like it wants to break a new low and give me more pain.
Uh,
No trace for you. Full Moon C. Yeah, it's been a okay morning. Not easy, not tough. Depends who you're watching, right? Like a Tesla was beautiful at the open. Continues to be beautiful here off the VWAP. Your TR started weak, and then look at this beautiful drop into the 10 o'clock here, 9:50 to 10. Uh, Unity soft. Okay, no, populated. So yeah, Arts L halted on the way down. Now that's not good.
mm, that's never good. Yeah.
It's not gonna be fun.
Let's see. TL. Yeah, another halt on the way down.
This thing has traded. I'll be surprised if it's traded more than 5 minutes total today of trade time in the intraday. You had like 3 minutes at the
One,
market
two,
open,
three,
four,
four,
five,
five, six. Oh
six.
yeah, definitely not
I definitely
six.
not more
Yeah,
than
definitely
five.
hasn't.
Because look at
No,
this.
definitely not.
Oh, it's dangerous, dangerous. So,
But again, if you know what you're doing, you could have been along for the
yeah,
ride. Think
yeah,
if you got in
yeah.
pre-market, right? And you got in at $5, you're like, okay, I'm gonna ride
Yeah.
this thing out. But what a ride. I admire people that can do that, but that's just a type
Yeah.
of trading I don't currently.
I really think a lot of these low flow stocks pre-market, I think people have more success pre-market than the actual open when they do
Mm,
this. I believe the win rate's got to be better because here it's a gamble. If you go along here, or here, which one's not going to work? And obviously this one, you're down already $2 easily if you went long here, right? So, and what's the strategy? It's no This got to be no strategy for this here, Peter. I mean, what are you getting in for an ABCD pattern? What are you looking at that you're getting in here? There's no strategy. This is strictly scalping, and I think it's just straight gambling to an extent. The pre-market, I think there's more volume movement. You can kind of plan things a little bit better. You can plan your breakouts, as you mentioned. Yeah, I think you can plan your breakouts. But here, 40 seconds opens up and goes up. I mean, what breakout are you really planning, or what strategy? It's no. Even scalping doesn't seem like appropriate for something like this. Given you, I am looking at the word. This is called the staircase pattern. And what happened here? The staircase
yeah,
broke. You fell into the elevator shaft. There's
yeah,
the
that's
elevator
right.
shaft pattern
Got
to go
to
short.
got to the top floor and
uh,
stepped off the edge.
yeah, dip
Let's
and
see.
rip.
So 58.26. Well, we just passed the reopen moment and it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
No, 58. Yeah. So 2 more
Might be going
minutes.
for
We'll see. 10
that.
minutes. Yeah.
Oh,
10-minute
10 minutes.
halt.
Yeah. Yep. All right, we'll see what it does, friends. Two holds up strategy. Well, we actually seen this
So
halt a couple of times, and the third one is usually risky, and we've seen that
Yeah, and
many times, right?
I I was talking about this in the chat room the other day, and this is exactly what I said. This is actually a perfect example, this chart here, of what we talk about. If you're trading these and you're trading them knowing that there's a risk of them halting, usually what you want to do is you never enter, or you should be playing. The first halt is okay, the second halt is can actually be good, but by the time the third halt happens, that's the warning track, that's the huge
Yeah,
risk one,
yeah,
because it's usually the after the third halt when there's a better than even chance that it's going to drop. And you can sort of see that's what happened here. Like, it looked like it was maybe going up after the third halt. It gave you a moment of hope. It did spike higher right from the open, because it looks like it opened at 12 bucks, spiked higher maybe to almost 12.50, but then look at the drop and immediately into another halt. So yeah, usually if you're going to play these, you can play the first and second. Soon as you get to the, and you got to be watching the level two, because you can tell when the halt's coming, right? Because they have what they call the limit up and limit down. If you watch the level two, you can see where it sits all the time, and you can see when it's coming. That's when you usually just want to get out before the third halt, in my opinion. And that's a strategy that a lot of people play, where you play against that. Now you can take the risk and hang into it, but it depends on where your entry is and how well covered you are, right? Like, if you got in too high, then this thing could smash down through your level. If you're, if you were in, like we were talking about pre-market, heck, you got lots of room, right? This thing's not gonna, look at this. So it just reopened exactly at 10 minutes. And it's not gonna smash down to $5 at the open, but I mean, it could get there, but it'll take a little bit of time. So you could hold into this for a while and just wait and see, is because maybe it can go higher. I mean, there is that possibility. But imagine if you got in again at that second halt, now you're really nervous. If you got in around 9 bucks, 9.50, you should be pretty nervous right here. So, because if this thing's going to halt again, it could move down a dollar and hit your halt. And yeah, but it looks like it's holding it for the moment. $10, nice round number, right?
Oh, I'm muted. Oh, I'm just saying it looks suspect. It looks very. I didn't know it was a mute. It just looks very
Oh
suspect
yeah,
here.
I didn't realize. I didn't realize either. Yeah, I
Um,
mean, ARTL does not look great right now. This is because it's lost that momentum. So
yeah,
it's not what you want to
I don't want to look at meta. No, I don't. Hashtag meta. I'm not doing meta again. It's just wow.
do. Oh wow.
What a
Yeah.
sell off, friends. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, Carlos, look at it this way. You had the right
Yep.
idea.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
entered, your
Yes.
entry
Yep.
was great. You had the right idea on the setup. Well, we can all use some work on our trade management. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you just have to debate, what would you do differently? And you've got
Right.
three options, right? Would you still get out the exact place where you did, because on average that saves you money? The second option would be you just hold the original stop and just
Mm-hmm.
let it
Mm-hmm.
go, which, again, in this instance, that would have worked for you. There could be
Right.
many others where
Right.
that wouldn't.
Where it
The
doesn't. Yeah,
third
you got to
option
track
would
it. Yeah.
be the third option is you get out, but you say, I'm going to keep watching this thing and look for a reentry if the trend reestablishes, which in this
Yeah.
case would have worked. So that could have benefited you as well. Now, again, you can't overgeneralize from just one trade.
Yeah. It's
It's,
got to be a series. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right, we've all been there, and this is frustrating because it did exactly what you were looking to do, and and here you are watching it when you're in it. Those are the most painful, aren't they? When you're in it.
Yeah. Like
So
I was
it
in
just
here.
is.
Could have
Yeah.
taken this avenue, would have still been in it. All good.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
So a good time to buy good quality stocks. You know what? Uh, That's a tough one
Yes.
because, like, it depends. I
I
mean,
th
look at
yeah,
Microsoft. I look at Microsoft and I'm just like, you would think this is a good quality stock, but in this software AI
yeah.
field, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff happening
I
here.
mean,
Is
the
questionable.
the facetious answer is, yeah, at the bottom.
That's the right answer. Yes, at the bottom, of
Yeah.
course.
I
And
mean,
when you
the real
find the bottom,
question,
let us know.
right? The real question we know you're asking is, when is that, right? So, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
the best time in general, I would say, is you got to look for the big downturns and
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
take a risk about how much are you willing to lose if it goes much lower, right? So, and it's the same sort of assessment you got to do in any trade. Understand where your stop is, no matter what. But yeah, good. When you talk about good quality stocks, I presume that you mean that something that you would buy and hold over a longer term. We're not talking a day or two or even a
yeah.
week or
Or
two. You
next
might be
week,
holding
right,
these
right.
for months or years. If that's the
Yeah,
case, then yeah, you're waiting for big market downturns that you can see a good quality stock recover from. That's the whole trick of, investing,
yeah.
isn't it?
Investing, swing. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yep. And what you could do too is if you don't want to manage something directly and have a little less risk, you could look at ETFs. Some ETFs are okay, right? The mutual funds. If you want to go even further down investing, depending what your time frame is. Like it all depends on what your time frame is. Like what are you thinking, right? As
Right.
far as the time frame. So um, some stuff for a swing trade right now are probably pretty bad. For long term investment are amazing. They're gold. So it's just, well, what is your time frame? But I always think about things like, eventually some of these good quality stocks that are good quality now might not be later in the future. You always got that risk, but there's some names that are
Right.
always going to be around. I think Microsoft is having a tough time. I think they'll figure it out. You guys remember Meta? Remember Meta? Meta was like getting ready to file for bankruptcy. If you guys remember that, no, I'm kidding. I'm lying about the bankruptcy stuff. But you guys remember how bad it was, right? These guys fell
I'm
apart.
lying.
I'm lying about that, but they fell apart. Look at this. Meta's over. Mark doesn't have it anymore. He can't figure it out. Right? Remember that 2022? Like, oh, this is the end.
Mhm.
Like that. This is the end. Like the song from 007. And look at this. Look at Meta now.
It's it's the end of the world as
Yeah,
we know it.
yeah. So it's
I I did just to try and take some. Oh, come on. I jumped into NVIDIA short, so I am
Mhm.
short NVIDIA right now. I got actually at the top of this candle, this 1 minute
This year.
candle here. Yeah, I got in right at the top of
Nice.
that, and I'm hoping for a move down below 168.50. I'm worried it's going to come back up and stop me out because I added into this a little aggressively. Now it's coming back up to my new average. Yeah, just hit my new average and stopped me out. So
Yep.
that's unfortunate. I'll have a
Yeah.
try.
Yeah. So for my criteria for stock selection, I mean we do it here every morning, right? At in the show, but a lot of it's a couple of things: volume, how the daily chart looks, the float. I don't want anything that's low flow, and some of it is part of it will be a catalyst, right? Any kind of news catalyst that might be moving the stock one way or the other. Like for example, Netflix right now has individual catalysts compared to everything else. They have their prices are moving higher, which is a good thing for them. They're still up. They're still green. One of the few things that are green on my list here. MU is green too now, but one of the few things that are green. So we look for all of that.
Mhm.
And then we start chopping it down to see, okay, what has traded well for us in the past? So I also put some of my personal experience in it. For example, I know for me personally, Google for me doesn't trade, or at least I don't trade it as better as I do NVIDIA, right? Like I trade NVIDIA a little bit better. I trade some other ones a little bit better. So if I had to choose between NVIDIA and Google, I'm probably going to choose NVIDIA to be on the priority. Does it mean Google's bad? No. It just means that from my experience with the way I trade, I'm more comfortable and more familiar with NVIDIA. I'm not that comfortable with Meta, to be honest. Meta is not one of the stocks that rarely makes our list. But lately, with this
Right.
lawsuit, with the AI, with the software issue, with the chip shortage, just a lot of negative stuff on all these tech companies. But Meta, this lawsuit thing is a big deal, guys. Like this is big. Like if this goes through, they appeal it, and the judgment still stands. they have to do a lot of changes to not continue to get these lawsuits, and they will. They're going to continue to get a lot of lawsuits, and they got to figure out how they're going to combat that. But that's a big deal because that's a big money generator for them to be able to keep you on the app, right? Imagine the apps didn't keep you stuck. There was no doom scrolling, right? Imagine how
Mhm.
many eyeballs you're going to lose if there was a way to not get people addicted to social media, right? So it's a problem for them. Um, so we'll see for Google, for Meta, for any advertising company that does this type of stuff. So Catalyst is good, and that's how I usually pick my list. You know, how I we build our watches, and you can see us do it here every morning, right? Probably the best way to look at it is to watch us do it live here with me and Peter. But yeah, Meta 531 is the low. Here's their daily on Meta. And we'll see. So clearly, we're going to be watching Meta for the next couple of days. I think it's going to be heavily in play, and it's trading so nice. And this is not typical Meta, the way they don't trade like this on a regular basis. But this is pretty clean today,
No.
and so was yesterday. So
Yeah.
you guys
They're
remember
right
what's
at
the
the
other one too?
forefront of
That
this bad news.
yeah, what's the
Uh,
other one Peter that also had news? Was it R? It was one that had news, and we were watching for a while that we never watched. It was a tech company, but I'm gonna find this. Was it
uh,
L- no, I'm not giving you much to go by. But was it
no.
Dell? Not Dell. Uh, Oracle. Oracle. Yes, it
Oracle.
was Oracle. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you guys remember, Oracle never trades good, but we went through a period here after the gap up that they had, right? Look at the volume. That these days were amazing. There's a lot of great trading happening here. Now they're back to their regular low volume, not that much action. But here, right, similar to Meta. Meta has news. They're getting volume. They're getting all the attention. They're going to trade well. Oracle traded very nice during this stretch right here, right? Now we don't even look at Oracle no more. So you go through these stretches where things look good. Although most recently you might start looking at it again with all these softwares and AI stuff. So another company that's also involved in this software AI data center revolution thing that's happening, whatever you want to call it. It's going to affect a lot of these software companies. So let's see. Let's see. Uh, POW, AMD at VWAP. Let's take a look. AMD. Let's see if it's not gonna fail. Because a lot of stuff is getting to it and it's just failing. Yeah, this one failed. So I'm sure you probably called it around this area and didn't probably get the breakthrough.
Mm.
Because I'm coming to your message a little bit late, Amanda. Um, but yeah, see, looking good. Yeah, would have been paying attention to it, but now it has kind of rejected and heading lower at the moment. How's the Andrew indicator? Seeing anything, Peter? I'm not sure if you're listening to what they're doing over there.
No. Yeah. No, I am. I mean, Andrew's trying to go long TQQQ, so he's trying to take the market long
Okay.
here. I'm still watching NVDA. I'm worried that I'm going to be over trading it, but I was trying to get back in for another drop to low, but I don't know what it's doing. It's just moving sideways now.
Question is Mara a double bottom? Probably Peter's the best one to answer these reversals. I don't see
Not,
it
not
yet.
yet. No, not yet.
No, right?
Not
Okay.
yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, because it just broke lower, right? It's a new low.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it broke the double bottom.
Look at Mara coming alive. We haven't seen Mara trade like this in some time. Well, I haven't looked at it recently, but look at the volume we're getting here. Coin, but also getting some action today. PLTR is coming up to the VWAP here. They've been down quite a bit. Let's see if anyone could break through, or is this a rejection to head lower? We're getting a lot of rejections on the stuff that's made to the VWAP. So let's see here what PLTR wants to do. RL is just up and down, halted, moving, trying to get stuff going. ARM is also coming up at the VWAP as well. So my secondary list. Google's doing some stuff. Circle of Internet. Nothing for me there. Hood. Yeah, PLTR is probably the best one as far as the VWAP breakout. So for me now into 11 to start looking for any VWAP breakouts. But this might be the day. It might just be the meta trade that we did. 1 minute ORB. Short, partial, partial, partial. Out. Missed the move. The rest of the move, but that's okay. But that might just be it for today. But Meta is feeling the pressure, man. It looks like it wants to go for another low here, guys. Anyone still in Meta short from the VWAP or from where we got in? If you are and you still got some shares left, congrats. This is a great move for you. 5:30 coming up. You're in. Tall is in. What else? PLTR. 5-minute regression. Evan is still in. Man, beautiful, guys. Beautiful. All right, let's see what PLTR does. Seems like it does not want to break at the moment. Especially if Randy Spy's dropping is definitely probably not going to break. So it's just going to put a lot more pressure on it, and it doesn't need that given how weak things are. Still at JP, still in Meta. Beautiful. NVIDIA to 168. Going short the SPY, it is losing the low volume area. 165. Gotcha, Chris. Gotcha. All right, what else? Hashtag Egypt, Rami. I don't know what the hashtag is gonna be. I don't know. We might end up not doing funded accounts anymore. So a lot of people upset about the funded account. So I think it just creates more confusion. Yeah.
Come on, I'm just oh I should have jumped
Let's see
back
what we got.
into NVIDIA.
Which one?
Oh well,
NVIDIA?
NVIDIA. Yeah, it's not as big a move here as what you had on Meta, but I just been watching it. It
Yeah.
looked like it was heading in the right direction.
Let's see here. Frank, take care, my friend. Have a great weekend. It's Friday. Does anyone accidentally enters positions in the funded account instead of the TT simulator? I heard of people doing. I done it myself. No, not in the different. I entered position on the wrong ticker because I clicked the wrong screen. That I done. But on the actual simulator, no. Once you put the account, unless you forgot to switch it, I think I haven't heard much of that. No giveaway. No more. No, funded account's gonna be there forever. People love it. I'm gonna buy one soon. I want to try it again. Let's go to the funded account. See how they're doing. No giveaway. I think the giveaway creates a lot of confusion and distraction. So, and people did warn me that would happen. I'm like, come on, people are cool. No, that did happen. They were right. Man, 125.
I know.
That's awesome.
They're just going crazy on that, aren't they?
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
That's wild. Very good. Now, if they could only do this on their account too, right? If they could do that, they're set, man.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. So, good. Is it a she? Danya is a she. Is Danya here? Danya is AI. If Danya is AI, we're all gonna get an AI trading bot to make 125,000 in a couple of days, right?
125,000. That is amazing.
I gotta tell
Just
you, no matter
looking at
how they're trading, that's impressive, Peter. I agree. No matter how they're
yeah,
trading, that's
yeah,
impressive. You know,
yeah. Yeah, you just look at that equity curve. I mean, clearly they're just throwing caution to the wind a little bit, but it's working.
Yeah.
So
No, giveaways are awesome. Okay, yeah, I mean they are, but I don't want we don't want people to join Lambos and Garbage Truck expecting to win. It's a lottery, right? And I don't. I want you to join because you either want to support the channel, you want to support the trading community, you want to get access to the videos, but we won't want you just to join just to win the giveaway because you might not win, right? So we want to make sure you understand it's a luck thing, right? It's really a luck thing, and that's it. We have no control over it, and I want people to understand that. So if we do keep doing it, it's gotta. That's the way the mentality has to be, right? Um, but let's look at these numbers here. See what we got going on. So here is that is impressive. I gotta say. So yesterday they're making Andrew type numbers here. Yesterday, well, how much was it? How much did they made yesterday? Oh, so I'm changing going the wrong way here. How do I click it over? Is this yesterday?
mhm.
I can't tell.
daily, I got the daily P&L here. I can tell you.
I can't see. My browser's acting weird. I can't see the last date on there, the last number.
Oh yeah, it's
We
not
gotta fix
showing
that.
the
Yeah, we
full.
gotta. We
It's
gotta.
not
This
showing
is
the full
not.
thing, eh?
Yeah, we
That's
got.
weird.
We got. That's weird. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Yeah, this is probably the last day here. So yesterday they made
Well,
20 something thousand. That's pretty cool.
yeah, we can't actually see the detail, but it's like
Oh,
5, 10, 15,
let's go to the
20. Yeah, it's
calendar.
over 20.
Yeah, better view here. Go to the calendar.
Oh, there
So
you go.
look at
There
this.
you go.
This is nice. Now here, after they secure their 10 grand payout, right? Because they secured it, they well over secured it.
Yeah.
They just said, you know what? Let's go ham. Let's risk a little more. 10, 6, 29. I mean, hey, very nice. About last month, how did
22,000
they
this
do?
22,000 this morning.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
here's what I tell people, right? It didn't start off like this. Look at these numbers:
Right.
243,
Yep.
400. That's a big loss. They're starting out. Gotta be careful. But then the next day, nice big win. And see, they went back down to risking smaller amounts, right? They're not just going crazy here. Only 500. Okay, very small wins. Now here start a little bigger, a little bigger. That's a big amount. That's a big amount. But now they start going a little bit higher. So, gotta trade small first. No, you cannot trade penny stocks on the funded account. You can't trade penny stocks. You can't trade anything under $5. I believe you can trade low flows. So we're not. There's no hit. Hit a home run and that's it. You actually got to trade. You actually got to trade. So this is good. This is really good. 22,000 today. Today's Friday. 22,000. Good job. Awesome, awesome work. So beautiful stuff, friends. Beautiful stuff. Mhm. And I think I was looking at other funded accounts and what they do. I think we're the only one that do it the way we do it, and it's a lot of benefits to the way we do it. Um,
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I am not doing great, man. Loss after loss. Today was a really bad day for me.
Oh man.
You couldn't really take a trade, nice trade on any of these NVDA and AMD,
Mm-hmm.
so it was brutal. So market atlas, it was a very interesting day for me because the market atlas was really bearish, and
Hmm.
we were trying to catch this. Reversal on it. Maybe, so I'm using my laptop, Carlos. Maybe
Okay.
share the full screen because, yeah,
Share the
share
whole
full screen.
screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
because then you have to adjust your screen on that because this is the laptop. But yeah,
Okay.
overall, I had a bad day actually because I did try to catch this. You can see my screen. Yeah, so I am in the Cairo right now. I have a really, really
Is
nice view of the Nile.
too much of
But
that coffee. That must be what it was, Andrew.
the
We
Turkish
were
coffee. With
Yeah,
Peter, I
Andrew
did.
was drinking Turkish coffee this morning. I mean, it was like tar. It was that was tough stuff, man.
I know, and we did this fortune, you can read the fortune reading in the Turkish coffee, and it
Yeah.
was telling me that you're going through phases that you actually, um, you know, get over some stuff. So I don't know. But overall, yeah, we tried to catch reverse breakout on AMD and NVDA at the open. I got stopped out, sold off, and the NVDA same as NVDA as well. So NVDA was trying to catch a breakout red to green, but both of them lost. And today was very interesting because I saw big orders both for AMD and NVDA bearish down to the low of the day, and the
Mhm.
price action was pushing to be uh, um, bullish. And I was wondering if the price action is going to win or the market atlas orders that show very, very bearish, they're going to win. And, we put the market atlas replay as well. So you can actually go up to 2 weeks, you replay and, you see it. So if you go today and you run NVIDIA and AMD, you see that no matter how price action is trying to be bullish for the breakout, market atlas was very bearish and eventually market atlas won. And, NVIDIA and AMD both break down toward the low of the day. So that was very interesting. So yeah, uh, market assets to play. We just launched it today for those of you who are in trading terminal, so you can actually go and see that. Oh, you don't have my camera on. That's fine.
Let's see that pretty face.
Yeah, I don't know for some reason my camera wasn't working. Oh, now
Whoa.
I
That's
actually
an
did see
echo.
that.
There we go. Carlos, yeah, he's got his camera.
He
Okay.
changed. Yeah, yes, another source. Let me change it. Hold on. I got him. Okay.
Okay. There he is.
Can't hear him though, Andrew.
Yeah, the mic is muted, it says for that.
All right, what about now?
Okay.
Because I was
There
lagging
it
Yeah,
from
is.
two
we got
places.
you.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was lagging from two places, so now I should be in the camera here. But yeah, today was not a great day. So market atlas is on an AMD is still bearish at 194. NVDA is same. So if I bring here, so you can see my market atlas in my screen, guys. So market atlas has big order on a NVIDIA 165. So no matter how much it was pushing to go higher, because this order at the low of the day was there and it was staying there, it turned out to be, the order that's uh, really at the end of the day, market access won. Same as AMD. So AMD as well. So, these orders on the downside. So if I zoom out a little bit here,
Andrew, we
so
lost. We lost
so
your
you
screen.
let
I think you
I'm not
turned off
sharing
your
my
screen.
screen. I'm
No, we
sharing my
lost it.
screen. All right. So this is my screen, guys. So now you're seeing
Yep.
my screen.
Yep.
So you see this order and to the downside. Let me see if we can scroll. Yeah. So that's my pen. So this order to the downside. So these orders to the downside, these were the orders that continued staying there. And no matter how much the price action was bullish, these orders eventually won't want. So because nobody was willing to bring the price orders higher. So now it's still trading at around 168.
Hmm. I just tried going long NVIDIA again, and then it pulled back. The market started to pull back, so I just got out of break even on that again.
So it looks like a bottom in price action here on NVDA.
It
TQQ, we
does.
tried to catch a reversal on it as well. We got to stop that a couple of times. How was your trading? The Carlos, I think you did a nice short on Meta, yeah?
Yeah, great short on Meta. I wish I was still in it for the second drop, but still great. I know I missed a bigger move, but still a good trade. Still a good short. So I'm happy.
These
And
are
yesterday
still
too,
weak.
guys. Andrew, did you get to trade yesterday? I know you're traveling. Yesterday Meta was
No, I
also
couldn't. So unfortunately,
good day yesterday, man. Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, I was in British Airways lounge and it was very disappointing. They didn't have any business room, a business office room. Usually the lounges, they have some meeting rooms that you can go in there and set up. But the British Airways lounge in Heathrow was not great. So it was very disappointing.
Hmm.
So TQQ 3966. Peter, taking the reversal on TQQ, are you in this with me?
Long or short? Where you going?
Long.
You're going long? You
Reversal.
think it's going long, eh?
I
Hmm.
don't know. It looks like it's trying to find a bottom. Are you in this with me?
No.
No. What about you, Carlos?
Not yet.
Not yet.
but
I
let's
don't,
see what. But
I
probably
don't,
no.
I don't trust the long on this. I'm watching and it's looking, yeah, it's not looking strong.
Yeah, it looks like that's
Maybe,
it looks
maybe
like
it'll
that
find a bottom here. It's possible, but
food was also really
hopefully,
bad. So somebody was mentioning in food on
hmm,
YouTube. Yeah, food, so today is a day that is called. So what we call these kind of days are risk off. So nobody wants to keep um, positions opening. So and obviously all the crypto like MSTR or Bitcoins are all selling up because they're risk assets. Yeah, we are in a hotel. The Wi-Fi hotel has been good so far.
yeah,
Peter, you look pretty sharp.
yeah, it's pretty good. I had a couple of dropouts earlier, but it seems to have stabilized. So, yeah, there you go, Andrew. Sorry, but
Turning off. Hmm.
it might bounce here, but
TQQ. Oh yeah, dropped really with heavy volume TQQ. Hmm. No, I was really bad. Today was a short day at the open, but I know Paris in the chat room did a really nice short. So he did a very nice short on PLTR right at 9:45.
LTR, eh?
Yeah, PLTR.
Mm.
NVDA, yeah, NVDA is selling off again. Market access is right.
Yeah, we're just watching for a
Apple's
trade
been.
opportunity.
I mean, I was thinking of getting another double bottom reversal. TQQ, TQQ sold off. So SPY's down.
Yeah, is it going to bounce or is it going to keep dropping? I don't know. I'm seeing some downside pressure here.
At
It's
11, we
just,
have Fed Barkin and Fed Darley speaks. We have some Fed speaker at 11. We had the
Yeah,
Michigan consumer sentiment at 10 o'clock.
we did, and that wasn't much when that came out.
No, that didn't really change anything. TQQ, maybe TQQ a reversal. Maybe I'm looking at TQQ for a reversal.
I thought you were already in it.
No, I got out. But
Oh,
now,
okay.
now I'm getting, okay, 39.60. I'm gonna get some. Let's see, 39.60. So market seems that it's founding some sort of a bottoming price action here. SPY. Oh, it's going lower, so I'm gonna stop that on it. I'm gonna give it some room to see it below 39.45.
Yeah, we're definitely
Apple.
definitely still in an overall downtrend. I mean, not to say it can't bounce, but watching NVIDIA sort of looks like it wants to bounce here, move a little bit higher, but it can't get over this 168 level.
Right, TQQ looks like it might have lower, so I might get out of it.
I don't know if you're willing to give it a little room. It hasn't gone yet, though, so I don't know. I just don't know, Andrew. It's not a good percentage chance. Could go either way.
Yeah, especially 5 minute candlestick hasn't really looked into. Yeah, the 5 minute hasn't really made any highs. So you really want to catch a reversal when you 5 minutes show some strength. So you're right, I might get out of it. So yeah, I'll get out of it. So oh, maybe now actually the 5 minute is making out. Okay,
So I'm
well,
saying, like,
actually,
it could go either way. It's tough to tell. Like, if you're willing to give it a little more room, you might want to hold on because it could pop all the way back up
yeah.
to VWAP here. It's just it's quite uncertain.
SPY is holding lows as well. Tesla. Oh, okay, Apple went red actually.
Wow, Apple really sold off. Yeah.
All right, TQQ is popping up. All right, so no, TQQ is really, I'm getting out of it. Really doesn't happen. It's too early for the slides. Way too early. Meta got destroyed. Nice shorts.
Yeah. As Carlos knows, unfortunately, he was again in that. He decided to get out when it popped back up and missed that nice second move. All right, so here, good decision to get out, Andrew. It just broke a little bit lower. you said, too early. Not enough strength. I mean, I think today it feels like we're just going to end down. I mean, we may make a little recovery this afternoon, but overall, this has been obviously a very depressed week for the
Yeah.
markets. And like I said, my bet's still on the table that guess what we're going to hear from all the news come next week, right? They'll all be talking about the market downturn. So starting to throw around the R word.
Yeah,
And
I think market needs some good news. Otherwise, it just keeps really. Microsoft is recovering a little bit. It closes above the VWAP. TQQ, PLTR. TQQ, Apple is selling off. So Apple was a strong today, and now it's selling off. MU was a strong. I think John traded in the chat room. MU. TQQ is spiking.
I just went long. Andrew, you convinced me.
On TQQ. Oh, we got me.
I
Wait a
did.
minute.
I did.
Yeah, okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna come join you. 390,
I
67.
I don't know how long this pop is going to last. I got in just at the right time, so I'm already in it. There you go. That's good. I'm going to take a little partial here. I've got a decent move on it. Now don't come all the way back here, TQQQ. I need to see a little strength. Just after that doji candle at the low, it looked like it was holding, and I really just got in for that momentum pop, which it just did. It must be your influence, Andrew. I don't normally take trades like this, so thanks for that. All right, here we go. Come on. 39.75 is what I want to see. 32. Oh, it's getting close. 39.75. TQQQ is what I'm looking for. It's 1 penny away. There it is. Boom. What would Paris say? Boom. There we go. There, that's the move. Another partial.
Nice. I want to get to 40. I hope that I can get to 40.
Beauty. Excellent. That's the move. There you go. Now we can go out on the town in style tonight, Andrew.
Nice. Let's see if we can get to 40. Thanks for jumping in with me. Mm,
Maybe I should be saying that. Thanks for jumping in on with me, because on this one. There you go. Now that's awesome. Go on. That's the move I was looking for.
All right. 40 is coming to 40. Nice. TQQ 40. I want to get to 40. Thanks for catching this with me. Anyone else in TQQ? In chat, in the YouTube chat?
Still short on SPY. Yeah, I mean, you can't expect too much. Like I said, it's a down day here, so I mean, I've got a pretty good move on this already, so that's great. 40, a little ambitious, Andrew, but if it gets there, great. That'll put us up to VWAP on the Qs. So see what we can do.
Yeah, I use VWAP including pre and post markets. It doesn't make a huge difference if the volume in the pre-market and post-market is not much. And if it's a lot of volume in pre-market and post-market, yeah, you definitely want to use it. So nobody stays in here TQQ with us. Ah, you didn't get to 40. Damn it.
No, it
I was
didn't.
hoping to get to.
I mean, it could still, but it's going to take a little longer.
Let's see if the Benzinga says anything or not.
Wow, now it's coming down hard again.
TQQ bouncing back. He's not getting to 40. Oh, shit.
Yeah, doesn't look like it.
You didn't
Yeah.
partial? The partial.
I
Damn it.
did you partial, Andrew? I mean, I was
No,
partialing all the way up.
no, I didn't. I was thinking of getting
Uh,
to 40. I didn't.
no, we'll see what it does here. See if it can bounce. I don't know if that's your break even because you got in a little later than I did. But yeah, just take it easy. I mean, everybody, there's always another day. Don't try and
No.
make it all back, especially if you whether you had a good day or a bad day. Don't want to put it all on the line. Right? Well, there's always next week. I've had an okay day. I did have a couple of losses along the way. That first loss on NVDA when I went short, and then of course I had a good trade on NVIDIA. You guys know I sort of mismanaged that. The accidental long that would have worked well if I'd stayed in it, but I got out of that. Tried a couple of longs on NVIDIA that were just out at break even trades. And then now this one. TQQQ. So
Right. I'm still long on TQQ. I haven't got out, so I want to see if you can actually get to 40.
yeah, I'm holding on to mine as well.
Let's see.
What I what I have left.
Come on, take a Q. 40. Give us 40. Apple stays playing. Gains of 1.2%. Tesla is bouncing back. Tesla is above the rebound, actually. Interesting. AMD and NVDA are low.
Oh, the Max Wempy is, it's impolite to ask a lady their age. It's Andrew, he's asking you what age you were at when you started trading.
I think, 31 or 32. That's the first age that I got some money in my bank account. I usually never had any money in my bank account. 31 was the time that I had some money, really. And I'm 42 now.
There you go.
Right, TQQ is still holding. I want to see if we can get to 40.
Yeah, I don't like how uncertain this move is, Andrew. Higher, it's not moving with the same enthusiasm it did on that initial pop. However, I'll hold on to it because we're still in it. All right. Well, we'll see if this works. We're getting closer. Eamon should be joining us here.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh, there he
Hey, man,
is.
how are you
Hey, Eamon.
doing? How was
I'm
your
doing
trading
good.
day?
The real
Wasn't that
question,
good?
Eamon, is why aren't you here
My
in
wife wouldn't let
Cairo?
me go.
Well, he's having a baby, so
Yeah, I'm having a baby
um,
soon. Yeah, so
Yeah, but not in the next 2 weeks.
no, not in the next 2 weeks, but my wife's telling me, "Are you going to leave me pregnant here and go and have fun without me?"
Hey man, don't listen to Peter, man. Don't get
Come
in
on,
trouble,
Peter.
I know,
please.
I
Please.
know. It's easy for me to talk tough from way over here, halfway around the world,
I'll send the recording to your wife.
all right, so NVIDIA is bouncing back. TQQ didn't go to 40. I'm still long on TQQ. My average is 39.65. So I'm gonna hand it over to Ayman. Ayman, how was your trading day?
I took only one trade short on AMD, but unfortunately it got me stopped out to the penny before it started working out. Like my stop loss was literally at the high, and then it sold off. But I guess that's part of trading. Can't be green every day. I had a good 3 days in a row, and the streak
Good.
ended today.
Well,
Oh, I can see
after that.
pyramids from here. Interesting. I can see the pyramids.
How does it feel, Andrew, to trade midday?
Oh,
You
it's
can see the
great. I mean,
pyramids?
I can see the pyramid. Yeah, all the way to the
Oh,
end. If you
are you facing away from the Nile? You're not
uh,
facing the Nile then, are you? You
I
see
don't
the
know.
Nile, it's right in front of you. If there's not a big river right in front of you, then you're not facing it.
Yeah, no, I see the Nile, so there's really big thing
Oh,
there. Okay, guys, I
oh.
got a meeting. I gotta
Okay.
go.
Yeah,
See you
me too.
guys. Yeah, so see you guys in tomorrow, not tomorrow, Monday morning, guys. Cheers.
All right.
Well,
Take
have
care,
a good day,
everybody.
guys.
Thanks, Eamon.
Enjoy
Have a good one.
Egypt. Talk to you soon. And hey, guys, how are you all doing? The only trips Emin goes on are guilt trips. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening right now.
um,
Even the
uh,
BBT meetup that was in Thailand in December, my wife told me, You left me laying down there in a hospital and you went without me. So I had to compensate it for her, and we went back to Thailand in February.
nice. No, you don't want to go back to back trips like that.
No, no,
That's it.
exactly. See, so I was in Thailand in December with you guys, and then in February I went back there again with my wife. That's how it ended up being. Can't leave her behind.
Let's do the fun of the count before aiming gets started, friends. Hashtag Egypt. We'll do it here, and aim is going to take over. We forgot to do it earlier. We got so busy. So we will do it now. So hashtag Egypt. Let's get it done. Let me bring it up here. And yeah, let's see how this goes. Sweet man.
Come on,
When does your
guys.
wife do? When does your wife do?
First week of July.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
3 months left. And then I won't
Yeah.
have any quiet nights. That's what I was told.
Oh, life will change. That's it for sure. That is for sure.
Uh,
All right, 45 users, guys. Get in there. Let's see who the winner is going to be for today. As I'm just looking at this market. Oh, man. What's your thoughts on the SPY, my friend? This thing continues to drop.
let's take a look at it.
It is looking very, very messy here.
It looks like it is starting to bottom, though. I think we're slowly going to be recovering until the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah. All right, guys, 58 entries. Ooh. Lower number than usual today, but that's okay. That means more chance for people to win. Let's see, 59, 60. Give it one more second, and then we'll run it.
Only 60. We had 90 yesterday, right?
It's Friday, man. Fridays, people, they start their holidays
Guys,
early, right? They start their weekends early. So we'll see. All right, here goes. Let's do it. The winner for today goes to 62 entries. Sunny Fizz. Sunny Fizz, you are the winner. So send me an email, carlos@bearwithtraders.com, and we'll get you all set up. So congratulations, Sunny. All right, Eamon, I'll let you to it, my friend.
congratulations. Thank you, Carlos. Have a good day. And YouTube, how did you guys end up trading today? Did you have a good day? Let's take a look at the market. We'll start analyzing the Qs and the SPY. Try to figure out what might happen by the end of the day. Then I'll share with you my trade. And we'll have fun going from there. So let's see. SPY. We talked about this yesterday. Actually, let's go through the Qs. I enjoy the Qs more than the SPY. A bit more volatile. So we talked about this yesterday, and we said that the 50 moving average is a strong swing trading moving average. Normally, when the price reaches it, we get a bounce, but we approached it in a really bearish way. There were so many weak candlesticks within the last few weeks. Full red candlestick the previous week, so we could anticipate a breakdown this week, and that's exactly what's happening. However, pay attention to the average true range indicator. The average true range on the Qs is around $10, $9 to $10. And today we ended up selling off from 574 to 565, almost 565. That's almost 100% of the ATR, 90% of the ATR. So this was actually a really good reversal zone around here. The Qs sold off the full ATR. We had a mini range we had a nice liquidity sweep. It's really obvious here on the 1 minute chart, after which it ended up reversing. So I think that this zone around here is the bottom for today. Let's take a look at the 30-minute chart and take a look at the 60-minute chart. You're saying the screen is small. I can make at least one chart bigger. I don't know if I can do that. I'll zoom it in a little bit. Is this better or it's too small, guys? I can make it one screen, one chart on the screen, if that would be better for you. I mean, probably you guys, some of you are using their mobile phones, right? Because of that could end up being small. So going back to this, there was a nice liquidity sweep around here. And that's why I believe that this could be the bottom for today. But we'll need to check the 15-minute chart and the 30-minute chart. See if we are having any bear flag or not. 30-minute chart needs to pull back at least to 570 before a continuation to the downside. 15-minute chart is stuck in a range. Yeah, the 15-minute chart is just simply stuck in a range around here. A bit tough to read it at the moment. I think we're going to keep chopping around here. I would not be going for a reversal on it. Not here at least. I think this was the best reversal entry on it, here or here. So I don't think it's going to end up going any higher at the moment. One chart saying, all right, we'll do one chart. If you feel comfortable with one chart, we'll do one chart. We'll new tide Atlas for now. There it is. There we go for you, one chart. So, like I mentioned, the Qs seem to be hitting the bottom around here. I don't see any clear level that it could end up holding. Yeah, there is literally no level. I think for next week, it could continue selling off more. Next week, we're probably going to continue selling off. This would be an amazing area to bounce from. I think it's also obvious on the weekly chart. There it is. Let's get this here. So also a really good level to bounce from next week. For today, I don't see any reversal signal or any reversal sign. By the way, the 60-minute chart needs to pull back and it needs to reset. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For those who are not familiar, I have the 3 candlestick rules. What does that mean? Normally we have 1, 2, 3, pull back, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, pull back. 1, 2, 3, pull back. 1, 2, 3, pull back, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, pull back. It's usually 3 to 4 candlesticks in a row, and then we have a pullback. If you take a look at what happened recently, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and chances of pulling back are really high. So you could either nail an entry closer to the bottom of this hourly candlestick, and I think 570 is a realistic target for today. Since we already hit the ATR, since we already made more than 5 candlesticks in a row, and we closed as a beautiful reversal candlestick at the bottom, I think we might end up consolidating for some time around here before hitting these 570. I don't see any short setup on this thing. What is a liquidity sweep? By the way, guys, before I continue, for those who are new around here and those who are not familiar, I have finally released the book multiple complete guide to multiple time frame analysis and reading price action. Let it open. So this book covers everything that helps you read price action going from the higher time frames, weekly chart, daily chart, 60-minute chart, 5-minute chart, until the 1-minute chart. It has good strategies for gappers, risk management, adding, scaling in, averaging down, not exactly averaging down, but averaging down in a scaling in method, obviously. There is always a stop loss. Basically, it covers everything that you need, no matter what trading style you are trading. So I really suggest that anyone who is serious about their trading take a peek at it. It's going to be released, published April 2nd. Now pre-order is available. Paperback and hardcover will be available on April 2nd as well. Trust me, anyone who gets it is not going to regret it. It's a book that's built on 10 years of experience. Everything I know about the market in one single book. Everything that I know working with different traders throughout the last years, I try to share it in one single book. not random, not pieces of information that are put in one book. It's literally structured book going from A to Z, going from a higher time frame into entry management and journaling. I mean, this is going to be, I think, one of the best books reading price action. Not because I published it or not because I wrote it. It's really going to help you improve your trading. Now let's get back to your questions. Golnaris asked me, Ayman, what is a liquidity sweep? So basically, a liquidity sweep is not that difficult to identify. Normally, you get a range or a consolidation area, and then when you identify a clear range, you can play a strategy that's called support resistance bounces or range play strategy. How do people play these ranges? Anyone? How are ranges played? People usually buy closer to the support and they sell closer to the resistance, or short closer to the support and cover, short closer to the resistance and cover closer to the support. Or they play the break up or they play the breakdown. Now, liquidity sweep is a tricky part that literally gets everyone. It gets the people who are long in it closer to the low because they get stopped out at the low. And it also gets people who are actually playing the breakout because right after the breakout it ends up squeezing. So there are both traders who are getting trapped, long and shorts. Why is that? Because there is some liquidity and a lot of shares are sitting around here. It's usually a trap for traders who are going to get stopped out. And whenever someone gets stopped out, what do? They sell. And whenever people are playing a short after the breakout, what do? They sell as well. And in this case, what do big traders are doing? They buy. That's basically what's called a liquidity sweep. A lot of traders are getting stopped out at this stage. A lot of traders are going to the short side, but big players knowing exactly what's going to happen, they load out on the shares that you are selling. You are selling, they're buying, and they're buying at the best possible price, which is the low of the range. And in fact, not only the low of the range, even below the range, before the price finally squeezes. That's what's a liquidity sweep. And this is one of the best and highest probability or highest win rate strategies. I actually use these liquidity sweeps a lot using my opinion range breakout strategies. Let me show you a few examples and then we are going to continue. So I'm going to open a few of my opinion range breakout plays. We'll zoom in to the 1 minute chart so that your eyes don't hurt you guys. And this is exactly what's happening around here. I can see a clean range happening around here. Where is my epic pen? It disappeared. Let's get it back to the screen. So there it is, the consolidation around here. There is a stop out. And I utilize that to playing the breakouts with an ad. Unfortunately, I chickened out around here and I exited at break even. Let me show you another example. That was not actually a bad one. Using this, look at these guys. Isn't this beautiful? Take a look actually at the 5 minute chart. So you can see this. You see this consolidation area? What happens around here? A break to the downside. Exactly. You can call it fake breakouts, Talgat. We can call it fake breakouts, liquidity sweeps, does not really matter. There are so many different ways to call it, but it comes to the same conclusion. The range breaks to the downside. Some people play to the short side. Some longs are getting stopped out. It recovers and then it never looks back. This is literally one of the favorite type of entries that I'm using, and the earlier it happens the better it is. If it happens within the first 5 minutes after the market open, the likelihood of a continuation is really high. Look at this around here, guys. Let's take a look at this 5 minute chart. You can see the exact same thing. There is our consolidation area. There is our fake breakout or liquidity sweep. Play to the long side, add after the retest, and catch the trend. And it's the same thing that happened around here on the Qs, but in a bit of a different way. Rather than playing a breakout, it's happening around the reversal. The price action is bottoming, breaking the range, bottoming one more time, one more fake break, squeeze, long, and it never looks back. So these are one of the favorite entry criteria that I utilize no matter whether I'm playing a breakout, whether I'm playing reversals, whether I'm playing trend continuation. Sometimes when you play trend continuations, you get a pattern like this: a move from A to B, a pullback to the level C, then level C ends up holding, Inside this level C on the 1 minute chart, you're seeing some sort of a consolidation like this. And then what happens by the end? A break to the downside. It's breaking all this consolidation, a recovery, and then the 5 minute chart just continues the move to the upside. So some people think that I'm going to try to get the best entry closer to the level C. They pull the trigger around here. They get stopped out somewhere down here, and then the move happens. And what do you think? When this happens, market makers are out there to get me. They literally stopped me out to the penny, or they grabbed my stop loss or something like that, and then the move happens and you just hate what's happening to you. But it's really not market makers grabbing your stop losses because they're seeing your stop losses. It's because they know whether your stop loss is placed there, or even if it's not placed, they know that your stop loss is going to be sitting down here. That's what every single book teaches us to do. Put your stop loss at the low of the range, or at the low of the consolidation, or at a technical level. And when big players know that there are a lot of stop losses around here, there is a lot of selling that's going to happen around here, they can drive the price all the way to your stop loss area. Not because they want to grab your stop losses, but because sometimes it's more profitable for them to get you subbed out and load out before the move. Sometimes that's not going to happen because it's not profitable for them to spend millions of dollars to trigger your stop losses. So there is also a question of whether it's profitable to do that thing or not. If it's profitable, they are going to do that. If not, they're not going to do it. So you could use these liquidity sweeps or fake breakouts to playing ABCD patterns for trend continuations. You could use it for playing breakouts. You could use it for playing reversals. If you're going to be trading only after fake breakout confirmations, your win rate is going to increase by a lot. So Sam is saying my issue is that the moment the market opens, my mind freezes. I get stuck trying to pick the best 5-6 tickers for my RB strategy on the 1 minute or the 5 minute chart, and I end up not trading at all. What indicators or 1 hour chart patterns could help me? So Sammy, I think the main thing that you need to work on at the moment is build your plan before the market opens. When the market opens, watching 5 to 6 stocks at the same time, you will definitely get frozen because everything is so quick, everything is running, everything is breaking up or breaking down, and you end up taking some stupid decisions simply because of simply because you are getting impulsive based on what the market is doing at the moment. When I trade, I usually build the whole plan before the market open. I analyze the daily chart, I analyze the 60-minute chart. Based on how the 60-minute chart looks like, I decide what strategy I'm going to play. I mark the levels around which I want to play. I also build the plan. For example, I'm gonna play it around the level of support only if it fake breaks, or I'm gonna play it at the break of the resistance only if it breaks within the first or second minute, which means that if it breaks within the third minute, I'm not gonna play it. So I build the whole plan during the pre-market for different stocks. Market opens and I sit and I wait. If it gives me one of the entry criteria that I was looking for, and if it meets, and if my plan gets unfolded, I execute the trade. If it does something totally random, I'm not going to take it. So you really need to build your plan before the market open if your biggest issue is impulsive decisions. And by the way, my book could also help you with that. I have like chapter by chapter, it helps you structure your trading plan before the market opens. Market makers need to fill their inventory before going higher or lower. That's true, Tolgat. How do I hide my stop loss from market makers? Don't put stop loss. I mean, look, if you don't put it, yes, I mean, that's one way, but they still know where your stop loss is going to be. Whether you have it on the chart or not, they know what is the technical level and they know how to get you. But remember, you always have the option to re-enter. If you play the reversal to the long side here, for example, oh, there is a mini range. We are bottoming, we are breaking, and playing it to the long side, and then you get stopped out around here. You always have the option to re-enter. Knowing how the market moves, you can still catch the move after one stop loss. And if you had a good entry with a tight stop loss, you had a good re-entry with a good stop loss, you can literally compensate for the loss that you had and more. But if you don't know how the market moves, you cannot differentiate between fake breakouts and actual breakouts, you're not good at reading the price action, that's where the market makers are going to get you. How will they get you? You're playing it long around here, price breaks to the downside, you flip your position to the short side around here, Price squeezes, you flip your position one more time and you end up at break even or maybe at a loss. Knowing how the market moves, it's going to be easier for you to understand what direction you want to play the stock to, how to manage the trade, how wide your stop loss needs to be, where to add your win position, and how to squeeze these bigger winners. Chris, congratulations. Well done, doubling your winner for the day. You're right. Market makers are not worried about small orders. But remember, when there are a lot of small orders, it ends up being a big order. And this is where exactly what I've mentioned. They have an option of pushing the price lower to grab your stop losses. And then there is a question of whether it is worth it to grab the price to hit their stop losses or not. So it's always a matter of risk to reward, not only for us, also for institutions and for big players and for market makers. Is it worth spending millions of dollars to push the price down there and grab these orders or not? If it's worth it, they're going to do it. If it's not worth it, they're not going to do it. Do you have a book that tells about your strategy in trading? Yes, I mean the complete guide to multiple time frame analysis and reading price action uh, explains my trading strategy. If you just pull the chat a little bit higher and check the message from teambearballtraders.com, you can find the link to my book, and it breaks down my main strategies. Yeah, I'll just send you the link for the book. Give me a second. And we'll share it for you. Or maybe someone here in the chat can do that for me. I'd really appreciate it, guys, because I have my YouTube opened on my phone. I'll probably share it with you by the end or in a bit, okay? You can just simply share for search for it on Amazon. That's basically the name. Let it load. And I'll share that one with you in a bit. Hey man, should we see these liquidity sweeps on the 1 minute chart or on the 5 minute chart? You could literally search for it on any chart. 1 minute chart, 5 minute chart, hourly chart. It depends on the time of the day and the price action that is happening. At the open, especially the first 10 minutes, I would look for it on the 1 minute chart. Later during the day, it could be on the 5 minute chart. But remember, the liquidity sweep on the 5 minute chart on the 1 minute chart is also visible on the 5 minute chart. But at the open, it's more visible on the 1 minute chart. If you take a look at the 5 minute chart like this, you cannot really tell if it's a liquidity sweep or not. You just see a price dropping to the downside and you see it recovering. If you take a look at the exact same thing on the 1 minute chart, you could see the price selling off on the 1 minute chart. You see a consolidation. You see a break of this consolidation that tells me that there are buyers jumping in around here. And then I can see that all these buyers are getting stopped out around here. Probably shorts are jumping in and it instantly recovers. So on the 1 minute chart, this thing is a bit more obvious. Later during the day, obviously, 1 minute chart is not that clean. It doesn't have flat levels of support to the penny. Normally, it becomes more obvious on the 5 minute chart. You want to see the exact same price action that I see here on the 1 minute chart, but on the 5 minute chart. And you want to see this 1 minute candlestick looking the exact same way, but on the 5 minute chart. Does that make sense? So give me just a second, guys. I'll just reopen the chat because I closed YouTube by mistake. And I'm going to continue answering your questions. Then we're going to look for some trading opportunities and analyze the market. So yeah, but I just shared with you the link for the book for those who were asking. Can you share the Atlas data for the sweep at 1046? Unfortunately not, because I don't think that it is loaded there. I don't think it's loaded there, you see? I turned off my VPN so that I don't have any disconnections or interruptions like yesterday. But remember, it's not always obvious on Atlas. Sometimes there is a big order and it's obvious there, sometimes it's not. So it's not really Atlas relevant. You don't always see any information like that on Atlas, but think of it from buyer seller's perspective. What's happening when the price action is bottoming? People are buying because they're expecting a reversal setup. What's happening when the flat level of support gets broken? Buyers get stopped out. Sellers step in. And if it sells off and it's an actual breakout, what should happen after the breakout? A sell off should happen. If the sell off is not happening and it instantly recovers, you can tell that this was a trap. So, by understanding how the market moves, the psychology of the buyers and the sellers, nothing complicated, like literally basic psychology, you will be able to spot these ones without any difficulty. You see this jump around here, look how it's happening above this area. It's just not going back down to this area. Normally, if it's an actual liquidity sweep, if it's an actual trap, the price should not go all the way down here again. So if you ended up playing it to the long side around here, you really do not need to put your stop loss at the low. It's extra. Put your stop loss at the lowest level before the fake breakdown. That's more than enough. Does that make sense? Let's take a look at how the 15-minute chart and the 5-minute chart looked like. Look at this. This is what we call a fake reverse ABCD pattern. So it looks like a reverse ABCD pattern, but we did mention that this is not a good ABCD pattern because of one, the ATR is already hit. The Qs have around $9 to $10 ATR and it already sold off somewhere around $8.5. It's giving you a continuation pattern at the end of the move. That could be a trap. We saw the bottoming price action. We saw the trap. So many reasons why we should not play to the short side. And I literally mentioned this the moment I jumped in to our session at 11 a.m. I told you that this probably is going to be the bottom of it for today. And even if it breaks the low of the day, I don't see it selling off more. I think the best setups to look for are reversals around the low, or maybe if it ends up giving you another fake breakdown, you could jump in after that other fake breakdown. It still does not mean that it is going to make it all the way back to the high of the day and above it, even though that is possible. But you do not want to jump in into continuation plays somewhere in the middle of the ranges. You want to make sure that you're playing only the edges at this stage. In a lot of funded accounts, stop loss is compulsory. How do you combat those liquidity sweeps? Look, you must use stop losses. You must use stop losses. There is no guarantee that this is a liquidity sweep. When the price breaks down, you cannot really tell if it's a fake break or not. It could do this. So initially, when the price breaks down, I consider it as an actual breakout and I get stopped out. I respect my rules. After the fact, once it gets back around here, I realize that that was a trap. It got me, I got stopped out, and I need to re-enter. So what I'm explaining around here is not a reason for you to remove stop losses or to hold through bottoms. You need to stop out, you need to re-enter. And by getting good entries, even after getting stopped out, the re-entry will still give you a good risk to reward ratio. You will compensate for the loss and even more. Talgat, that's correct. Normally, when it kind of breaks and instantly recovers, it's just a matter of a few seconds. So yes, it kind of looks like a wick, big hammer, a doji, and it's obvious. It's obvious. The most important thing is to see a flat level of support. You want to see that flat level of support, and you want to see it going below it with a recovery. Sammy, um, you see, no matter how confident we are, there is that tiny, tiny, tiny chance that the market is going to do the opposite. So my advice is to always have a stop loss. This one single trade could literally end up blowing up months and months of profits, and sooner or later it's going to happen. Like you will be right 99% of the time. One time you're going to get stopped out, and that's the painful part. As long as you have a stop loss, like you need to have at least an area where, okay, if it goes past that area, I'm out no matter what. You need to have this type of thought process or this type of stop losses, at least that, but you should not trade without stop losses for sure. How do you tell the edges? The edges are not difficult to identify after they form. For example, around here on the cues, you can see that we had one touch here, we had one touch here, we had one touch here. 3 touches around here, that is our edge. What's the edge to the upside? This, and this. So this is the level of resistance. As long as the price reaches the high, you play short, at the low, it's long. At the low, it's long, at the high, it's short. At the high, it's short, at the low, it's long. At the high, it's short, and it fails. Now, what is our next edge? 1, 2, 3. So if it reaches this area, that's where we can start looking for short setups. What will be our target if we short it somewhere up here? That would be our target for the short. Make sense? SLV. Let's take a look at SLV. Yesterday, gold, silver sold off a lot, and today it's recovering, right? Gold sold off a lot yesterday, I think. GLD, right? Actually, it was not that big of a sell off yesterday. Looking at it now, that was not that big. The recovery, though, is amazing. This is, again, talking about edges. Support, so resistance, resistance. So if it reaches the $420 area, that's an area where you can consider bounce. But remember, you're not going to be shorting it simply because it's hitting a resistance area. There needs to be some sort of a setup around here that's happening before you short it. Let's get back to the cues. Any news? I cannot really tell there are going to be news, but remember what we said. The 3 candlestick rule, right when I jumped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I told you, normally it's 3 candlesticks pull back, 3 candlesticks pull back, 3 candlesticks pull back. Here we had 6 candlesticks and a reversal one. And what did I tell you? Probably it's going to give you a wick to the bottom. You can grab that one for your entry, and it is going to hit the $570 area. It's just statistics. Some people would argue that patterns are not working, or patterns, indicators, whatever is lagging indicator. But remember, if something happens more, a lot of times, then you have an edge around it. And the 3 candlestick rule is one of these. Whenever we have 3 candlesticks, there is usually a pullback. Doesn't matter how big it is, right? 3 to 4 candlesticks, there is a pullback. 3 to 4 candlesticks, there is a pullback. 3 to 4 candlesticks, there is a pullback. 6 candlesticks, that's already too much. Plus the ATR and a lot of things, a lot of other things. So yes, there could be a pullback hitting, for example, 570. Now the question is, okay, we hit the 570, for example. What would happen after we hit the 570? That I don't know. At this stage, it's going to be tricky because it could continue going higher, or it could make a bear flag, reject the 9, engulf, and continue going lower. So I could tell with high conviction that at this stage, the market is going to go to the upside. But at this stage, it's 50-50. I'm not sure about whether it's going to go to the upside or about whether it's going to go to the downside. And this is where you stay out. I bet that every single trader here had these moments where they were looking at the markets and at the charts. 5 minute, 1 minute does not really matter. You see a setup forming real time, and you're like, oh, there it is. That's it. That setup looks really good. I know it's going to run. I want to be in it. You pull the trigger and you jump in. And at some point, you see a setup and you're like, I'm not really sure, but this one meets my criteria. It feels long. It looks like a setup that works, so I'll give it a try. These kind of I'll give it a try setups are the ones that you want to avoid. The ones that you feel comfortable about and confident about are the ones that you need to trade. And remember, all you need is just literally 2 to 3 stocks a day, 2 to 3 trades a week that are high quality, with high percentage win rate, with good risk to reward ratio to keep your curve going to the upside. If you take 2 to 3 perfect trades, and then you mix it with 5 to 10 bad trades, that's where you're stuck around break even. I've worked with traders who've been trading for 5 to 6 years, and they're telling me, hey man, I'm not sure I'm meant for trading. 5, 6 years of trading, and I cannot get back out of these break even break-even stage. And I know that those traders who've been trading for 5 to 6 years, they have a lot of knowledge, they have a lot of experience, and they definitely have the what it takes to become consistently profitable. They just need a small push which requires one, take less trades, two, better entries for tighter stop losses, three, adding into winning position. Combination of these three things would definitely help you break your curve from break even into the upside. So let's switch to the 1 minute chart, see what's happening. Slowly grinding to the upside. Beautiful, beautiful setup. Should we consider reclaim of the 50 SMA as a bullish sign for indices? What time frame are we talking about? You see, Talga, the max loss rule is going to help you, but it's only one step. Let's say that you put a max loss of 3 hours a day. And day after day, you hit 3 hour loss, 3 hour loss, 3 hour loss, and then 1 hour win, and then 3 hour loss. That's not going to help you, right? You need to make sure that your green days are more than your red days. And basically, it's a combination of right rate, win rate, plus average winning rate or average winning size. You're talking about the daily chart, 50 moving average. It's still so far from it. I mean, I'm not sure about what stock we're talking about. Sorry about that, Akshat. But look, if you're talking about the 5 minute chart, I don't know. About the 5 minute chart, the reclaim of the 50 moving average as a bullish sign, then you could obviously, but again, it's a combination. It's not only 50 moving average. In this case, I would say it's a bullish sign. Why is it a bullish sign? Well, already sold off past the ATR. We bottomed on the 60-minute chart. We had a mini range. We had a break of the range. But remember the three candlestick rule: one, 1, 2. It could continue giving a 3. It needs to make a reset. It needs to make an engulfing and then make the second leg to the upside. It'll take some time before a continuation. But for now, yes. For now, yes. For now, you're right about it. Your win's got to be 5, 10, 20 hours then. Yeah, you're right. I mean, at least 3 to 4 hours a day. If your max loss for the day is 3 hours, your average winning day should be around 3 to 4 hours. Remember this and put it as a rule. Your max loss for the day should be something that you can make back on the very next day. If your average green day looks like 2 hours a day, and your average red day looks like, for example, 2.5 or 3, then you're doing something off with risk management. Your red day should not be more than what you make on your green days. That's the first thing. Next, your average winning trade should not be less than your average losing trades. There are a lot of things number wise that you need to work on. Life of Hani, literally every single time frame. Literally every single time frame. Let me show you a good example. So, look at this. INTC. We went to the downside, doji around here. After this doji, if you count this one, this is two, right? So I'm playing it on the very second candlestick on the daily chart. That's the beginning of the move. Next, I go to the 60-minute chart. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull back, 1. So I'm playing it on candle 2 on the daily chart, beginning of the move. It can still give me a third candlestick. I'm playing it within the second candlestick or the first candlestick on the hourly chart. Perfect. Now we're going to the 5-minute chart. Consolidation, 1, 2. Perfect. 1-minute chart. 1, 2, 3. Pull back, 1. You see this? I follow literally every time frame. I need to make sure that my entry is in the beginning of every single time frame. If I played it on this candlestick, for example, to the long side, I think you are not seeing my cursor, right? Or were you? If my cursor was invisible, I'm going to re-explain it one more time. Was my cursor invisible, guys? I suck. Okay, let's do it one more time. So look at the daily chart. This is literally the beginning of the move. That is 1, right? That here is 2. So I'm playing it in the beginning of the daily chart because I know that even tomorrow it could give me a 3. Next, I go to the 60-minute chart. That is 1, that is 2, that is 3, that is pullback, that is 1. So I'm playing it in the beginning of the 1-minute chart. So that means that we can get a 2 and a 3 as well. Next, I go to the 5-minute chart, and you can see that we're also playing it within the beginning of the move, right? There is our, oh, sorry, there it is. There is our range, right? That is 1, that is 2, that's 2. Then we go to the 1-minute chart. There is our pullback. 1, 2, 3, reset, 1. So I'm literally catching the beginning of the move on every single time frame. And I add on 2 because I know that it could do a 3, which is basically my partial. Let's say that I played it here. Let's say that I played it here. This entry on the 1-minute chart is happening within 2 on the daily chart, happening within 1 on the 60-minute chart, happening within 2 on the 5-minute chart, but happening within 4 on the 1-minute chart. What does this tell me? It tells me that the daily is ready, the 60 is ready, the 5 is ready, the 1-minute chart is overstretched, the 1-minute chart needs to pull back. Now the 1-minute chart is 1. Perfect, all the time frames are ready. Let's say that the daily is 2, the 60 is 1, the 5 is 3, the 1 is 1. This tells me that the 5-minute chart needs to pull back. The 5-minute chart is not ready. I need to wait for a pullback on the 5-minute chart before I consider playing it. So I'll wait for the 5-minute chart to be 1 or 2, but then the 1-minute chart is going to change. The 1-minute chart could be 3 or 4, and I'll need the 1-minute chart to reset and give me an entry. Does that make sense? Now let's take a look at these cues, for example, the reversal on the cues. To the short side, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But to the long side, that's 1, that's 2. Because we're playing it within the beginning of the move. So you could catch an entry on the cues to the long side at 10 o'clock, or you catch an entry at 11 o'clock. Both are looking good. So at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I can look for an entry. Switch to the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart, we had a 1, we had a 2, we had a 2, we had a 0. So the 15-minute chart, since this is 0 and this is 1, can continue going lower. I know that the 60-minute chart is overstretched, but the 15-minute chart still has a lot of power in it to continue going lower. Now I see that this candlestick around here at 10:30 closed as a doji. And I can tell that, okay, the 60-minute chart is sitting around 7. The 15-minute chart is closing as a doji on the 7th 60-minute candle. This tells me that, all right, this here is about to start pulling back. It's about to give me that reversal. So after 10:30 minute or after 10:30, I'll be looking at the 5-minute chart to look for an entry. But what happens on the 5-minute chart around 10:30? We had a mini consolidation area. We had a break of this consolidation area to the upside, and we recovered inside the range. That's what we can call also a fake break. It's a continuation setup that I explained to you. We have a reverse ABCD after a fake break, so this thing is probably going to make it to the low and below. Having this piece of information, I can tell that, okay, I'm not going to play it for a reversal around here. First, I'm going to wait for it to break the low. What happens here? 10:35, it breaks the low. Perfect. Now I can start looking for reversals after 10:35. 10:35, what's happening around here? It's giving me the mini consolidation area at the bottom, and it breaks this mini consolidation area on the 1-minute chart, and that's also candlestick 1. I'll play to the long side around here. What happens 1 minute later? Liquidity sweep. I get stopped out. Did I know that this is a liquidity sweep or a trap or anything? No, I followed my rules. I waited for the perfect setup. Everything looked great. Played it to the long side, but it's part of trading. Sometimes the market makers get you. So you get stopped out at 10:45, you can re-enter like we explained, and then you can just make whatever money you made around here. Goes against you, probably you get stopped out at break even at this stage. But then it gave you a reverse head and shoulder setup. That's your shoulder, neckline. That's your head, neckline. That's your second shoulder. Now for those who are saying those patterns are not working, patterns are crap or whatever there is, remember that you're not playing a reverse head and shoulders pattern or a head and shoulders pattern or bull flags, bear flags, cup and handle simply because it's a pattern. You combine it with the overall analysis. And I told you that based on the hourly chart, the cues could be played after 10 o'clock or after 11 o'clock. After 10 o'clock, we gave it a try. We played it around here, for example, but we lost money around here. After 11 o'clock, it's still ready because the hourly chart closed as a doji. And at 11, I told you that this thing could run all the way up to 570. And now we have a reverse head and shoulders. And this is candlestick 1 on the 5-minute chart. So if you go to 1120 to 1125, that's the first 5-minute candlestick. You just need to make sure that you're playing it 1120 to 1125 within the first or the second 1-minute candlestick. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. If you can get your entry around 1122, that's perfect. 1133 probably is a bit too late, right? Now, what did we say about this? This thing is probably going to pull back. And I told you that it's going to pull back to this area because that's already too big of a move. So the 5-minute chart is already overstretched, but the hourly chart can still continue going higher all the way to 570. And that looks like, for decent setup to go all the way to 570. Would it work? I have no idea, but we just simply follow the rules and follow the edge and the statistics that work in the long run. And sometimes it works, sometimes it fails, but if you can manage to get your entries in the beginning of the move every single time, then you're going to end up having a good risk to reward ratio. Imagine getting an entry around here with a stop loss around here, or an entry around here with a stop loss around here, targeting view up. That's like 3 to 1, a 4 to 1. Unlike getting your entry somewhere around here, or entry somewhere around here, or entry somewhere around here with a stop loss down here, which will barely give you a 1 to 1. For example, there is our retest area. There is our wick. It's in the beginning of the move. So yeah, maybe you can get your entry around here and you can put your stop loss around here and you can target the 570. That's a 3 to 1. Totally worth it. And if it fails, it's okay. I'll wait for another setup that is perfect, that has multi time frame confluence, and I'll give it a second attempt and I'll give it a third attempt. And big risk to reward ratio will compensate for all of your losses and get you back into the green. I mean, today's SPY tapped the anchored view up that was tied to the Liberation Day drop pretty decent level. Still looks like SPY is going to go lower though. I don't think it's going to go lower, like you said. I mean, the SPY and the Qs are doing a similar price action at the moment. They both are already past their ATR. They both need pullback. Later during the day, let's say that the hour chart is going to engulf, for example. Then we're going to be having a reverse ABCD pattern, a bear flag, and we can continue giving 2 candlesticks to the downside. But since the ATR is overstretched, I would not be considering to play this short setup. I'll just fully ignore it, and I'll wait maybe for 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. for a long setup if that happens. You need to make sure that when you play any strategy or any setup, you are not only seeing a setup, you also have room to make money. There is no room to make money to the downside, the ATR is stretched, but there is room to make money to the upside. Cursor sharing, maybe Zoom configuration. Leon, I have no idea why it's not working. I use Zoom with my mentees. And it works well, but the Zoom that we use for YouTube streaming is something that is configured by Carlos. I think he has some settings, specific settings there, but if you can see Carlos's cursor but not mine, I have no idea why that's happening because my Zoom settings work well when I have calls with my mentees. I don't know what I need to change here, to be honest. Well, at least there is a circle, and at least we have epic pen, so that's something, right? Oh, you don't think you see Carlos's? Yes, then maybe it's something setting-wise by Carlos, because he is the host around here. We'll try to figure it out. We'll see. Beam Paras, have a great weekend. What are the lines on the chart? Do you draw them on every ticker? There are automatic lines. Yesterday's high, yesterday's low, 2 days ago high, 2 days ago low, and previous day close. The lines that I draw are extreme low, extreme high, levels touched based on the concept of multiple touches, levels that acted as support and resistance at the same time. That's it. Meta. Someone asked me about Meta. Let's take a look at Meta quickly. Meta is beautiful. Look at this again. The three candlestick rule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this hourly candlestick is about to close as a hammer by the end of this hour. Wait for it to close. Once it closes as a reversal candlestick, we switch to the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart is giving us a bear flag or a reverse ABCD. Probably before we want to play the reversal, we want to see a new 15-minute low. So that's something that you'll need to wait for. Once that happens, you're going to wait for the 5-minute chart. You're going to make sure that your entry is within the beginning of the 5-minute chart, and then you can catch a reversal all the way to 533, around 533. If this thing is going to close as a hammer, reach 533 before giving you an entry, probably you do not want to play it anymore. Remember that sometimes stocks do exactly what we expect them to do, but without us. The key is not to be in every single winning trade. The key is to jump into the trades that meet your trade book criteria. And when you have fixed stop loss, let's say down 0.2, or you decide the percentage on each situation stock. My max loss per trade is 0.2% of my account. Per trade. Per day, it's 0.5%. But I can start my position risking less, for example, 0.1%, and then scale in risking the 0.2%. Make sense? We don't have bear emoji. Well, we'll talk to Carlos about that. How can we not have a bear emoji? It's a must, right? See? Beautiful retest. Probably wanted your entry to be around the retest area, somewhere around here. When the 1-minute chart is going to look more obvious. Yep. Small higher low. And then you want to target the 570. Will it be hit? We do not know. But again, we play by numbers. Numbers eventually will play out. Anything interesting you guys are watching at the moment? NVDA is doing nothing. Let's take a look at Tesla. There is nothing on Tesla at the moment either. At least there is nothing interesting for now. Probably there will be something interesting later. PLTR. Nothing here. By the way, guys, if you want to follow my trades and the announcement when the paperback is going to be out, you can follow me on X, AMANBBT. I usually share my trades every single day, the winners and the losers. You can get familiar. You can see the reasoning why I played them. Pretty much straightforward, nothing complex around here. Throw me a follow. Would appreciate it. AMANBBT. Five shares soon. On what? ARTL. Let's take a look at ARTL. ARTL. Yeah, this is a mess. Don't get yourself into this thing. It's totally risky, totally jumpy. You can see how it dropped already like 10% in less than 5 minutes, right? It got halted so many times, and if it keeps going like this, it's going to get halted in a minute. If it just goes to 1370, 1380, it'll probably get halted one more time. I think on average, I trade these type of stocks maybe twice a year or so. Once a year, twice a year maximum. And only if it meets the same rules that I'm usually looking for trading the high caps. Yeah, so if it keeps with this speed, it'll probably get halted. Let's see what's going to happen now. Sorry, did you say the paperback will be available in April? Yes, Dylan. Paperback will be available on April 2nd. Everything that I'm talking about right now, guys, and explained during our YouTube session is explained in detail in the book. You can pre-order it. At the moment, I made it at a really cheap price because the goal is not to make money. The goal is just at least to have made something physical. So let's take a look at NVDA quickly. Tesla, Apple. Don't see anything there for now. ONCO is getting destroyed. I can see that. You see this? What happened around here? Was this thing really at $3,000? I don't remember watching this thing in September 24. Holy. You don't want to YOLO this thing. I remember the GM run a few years ago. That was a lot of FOMO, but I literally did not touch that thing, and I'm glad that I did not. If you are good at trading and you're making some money consistently, following a strict system or a good system, just stick to that. Slow and steady is better than big volatile jumps on your P&L. Amazon for a reversal. Yeah, let's take a look at Amazon. Probably that would be the last thing that we can take a look at for today. I like the sell-off, definitely more than the average true range. We have a good level somewhere around here. A really good level for a reversal. I think it already bounced from that level, right? Yeah, there it is. You see, it bounced exactly from that level. It's about to close as a reversal candlestick. Amazing, to be honest. Let's take a look at the 1 minute chart. There was a risk-free parabolic reversal where you get a reversal candlestick while being far from the 9 moving average on the 1 minute chart. A really good entry was around 1122, I think 1122, 1123. At the moment, it's a bit too late. The maximum target on this thing would be around 202. You do not want to jump in around here having this stop loss going for a 1-to-1. I'd say wait for it to reach closer to the bottom quarter or bottom third, and then look for an entry somewhere down there. Think that would probably be the wiser decision. Anyway, guys, we are coming to the end of the hour. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Hope you are learning a lot from these sessions. Trade smart. Remember, it's Friday afternoon. It's going to be really slow at the moment. And have a great weekend. I'll talk to you all on Monday. See you guys.